Hello, everyone. I am live. Do we have anybody in the chat? And can you all hear me? Oh, God, there are some people in the chat. You all been waiting for little old me. Okay. Okay. B. Mula, welcome. I'm late. Yeah, I was running late. My errands went longer than I expected. David, welcome to the stream. Jedi Alex, what are we going to do today? Same thing we do every stream. Watch Saturday night's main event and Clash of Champions while you all ask questions, and I act like a bitch, basically. We are pro wrestling. Welcome, welcome. I liked your Rick Rude video, by the way. Joe Swarbrick, yo, welcome to the stream. Ready for the Giants game tomorrow. I'm about as ready as I'll ever be. Retro Kid, welcome. What did you make of that horrid Eagles-Falcons game? Actually, I thought it got pretty good towards the end. I mean, I'm pissed off the Eagles won, but I expected them to, so I'm not worried about it. Matt Ryan, man, really kind of choked there at the end. Alrighty. Can the New York Jets be good? I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, they can be, I guess, but I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for it. And the schedule is about to get big until the end of November or end of October. For what team? Oh, you're talking about your videos. Flair 91, 2 Fall Brawls, 4 Halloween Havocs, and a bonus episode. Ooh, you are keeping yourself busy. Very nice, very cool. Okay, guys. Well, before we get into Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event, I'm going to do my weekly review of the wrestling shows I watched this week. Ring of Honor, which was an episode stated to have the air date of 8/31. I thought was a solid show overall. Yeah, that's about it. It was just good matches, featured some cool guys. It wasn't as good as the previous episode, which had Cody and the Bucks winning the 6-man tag titles, but was still a pretty solid episode. The bonus episode better be Halloween Havoc 2000, and the Halloween Havoc 98 video better cut off early. Oh, snap. What's my Super Bowl pick? At this point in the season, I mean, who the hell knows? I try not to make picks this early in the season. I don't even know if anybody's any good yet. Could be, I mean, for all we know, it could be the Browns and the fucking Lions. I mean, who knows? Okay. All right. Anyway, so I thought Ring of Honor had a solid episode. NXT had a really good episode, I thought, with the increased mystery around who attacked Aleister Black. And I think we got an indication that it may have been Cassius Ohno. We shall see. Nikki Cross might be a key witness. And, yeah, there's a lot of mystery and intrigue going on with that angle that I really like. But right now I'm thinking Cassius Ohno, but we'll see. Johnny Gargano also had a pretty good match with Velveteen Dream that ended with Gargano losing and furthering his downward spiral. So we'll see what happens there. So I thought NXT overall was a good episode this week. Lucha Underground had a wacky opening with Melissa Santos and Katrina having a Mortal Kombat style fight throughout the temple in one of their crazy cinematic fight scenes, which was mostly well done. They relied a little bit too much on close-ups, but for the most part, it was just wacky to see these two fight each other, and then Katrina die again because Mil Muertes betrayed her. And now we've got Phoenix back. Although I have to ask the question, if Aerostar can time travel, why doesn't he just do all the bad things that happened in Lucha Underground? But, whatever. That's the problem with having a time-traveling character, I guess. One of the reasons I don't like time turners in Harry Potter. Why do you think there's a split reaction towards Johnny wrestling? Ooh, very interesting. FT Legend, I can't stand Gargano. I think there's a split reaction because it's his fault that Ciampa won the title, and he looked like an idiot in the main event. Like I said, that wasn't the best finish for him. So he just kind of looked like a doofus, and I think the fans are kind of mad at him for acting like a doofus. Do you like the old Mortal Kombat games? I never played them religiously, but whenever I did play them, I enjoyed them. Don't put logic into an illogical situation when it comes to Lucha Underground. Fair enough. But anyway, other than that, this week's Lucha Underground I thought was fairly mundane. It was more about setting up things for the future. Like, we're going to be getting Killshot and Son of Havoc. We're going to be getting King Cuerno and Pentagon, which I'm very excited for that. And we're going to be getting Matanza and Johnny Mundo. We got developments in all of those things, but the matches themselves to kind of set those things up were fairly mundane. So, okay episode this week, but we've got bigger things down the road. Coffee is so much better when you spike it with Jameson. Oh, so good. And what else did I watch this week? I watched Impact Wrestling. Again, I thought it was an okay episode. Austin Aries has put his faction together, and now Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, John Morrison, whatever the hell you want to call him, he has returned, and he has challenged Austin Aries for the world title at Bound for Glory. So that should be interesting. I still don't get this LAX OGs angle that they're doing where OGs almost killed a kid. And I'm like, wait, who's the kid? Do you want to explain to me who the kid is so that I can actually, like, care? Because I don't think they explained who that kid is supposed to be. But did you watch Purge? No. I've never seen it. Yeah, Johnny Rod. We've got Johnny Nitro, Johnny Impact, and Johnny Mundo. Yeah, he's got a lot. Dude's got a lot of names. Would you say Lucha Underground is the most consistently good wrestling show out there? I think NXT is pretty good week to week, too. Lucha Underground and NXT are typically the two I enjoy the most, but I would say either one of those, you wouldn't be wrong. And I think that's all I watched this week. So, so some okay shows this week. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing awesome. Thoughts on saying the OGs hitting the kid with a car went too far for a wrestling show? I mean, I have a pretty strong constitution. Like, I'm the type of guy that when Jim Cornette said, oh my God, Vince Russo, he did a miscarriage angle. And my God, if I had a girlfriend who went through a miscarriage, I'd beat the fuck out of Vince Russo for doing such a thing and making her relive that trauma. Fuck that guy. And, you know, putting things in there that traumatic experiences or whatever. To me, it's like, look, it's not real. So if you're going to do it, just do it well. As far as like going too far, I don't, you know, maybe it did for some people, but for me, it's like I watch Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and all these rated R action movies and zombie movies and all sorts of other things. So nothing gets to me. I guess my line would be Katie Vick. Katie Vick's probably my line, but you know. What did you think of Madison Rayne versus Sumi Sakai for the Women of Honor title? I thought it was an okay match. Probably the best match I've seen Sakai have. Aside from the 8-man tag that I was there for at Best in the World. But yeah, I thought Madison and Sakai had a solid match. All right, so there are no more questions. We can go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start with Clash of Champions this week. It'll be the first Clash of Champions of 1994, and there's a huge tag team main event of Vader and Rick Rude taking on Sting and Ric Flair. Elimination rules. And so Survivor Series style 2-on-2 tag match. I got into an argument at school about wrestling, got the it's fake argument. My response to that whenever people say, but it's fake, I'm always like, yeah, so is literally every TV show you watch, you dumb fuck. Yeah, it's fake. Thank you. Oh, wow. You really shocked my world there. Hey, you know what else is fake? Game of Thrones. You know what everybody loves? Game of Thrones. Shut the fuck up. That's my answer. What's the WCW pay-per-view that Savage almost got killed and fans legit called the police? I don't remember. That's a good question. I don't remember which show it was exactly. Marvel movies are also fake. Yes, Iron Man's not real, guys. Thanos ain't real, guys. Thank God. Or else half of us wouldn't be here anymore. Okay, so if you're following along on the network, you're going to want to go to shows, then Vault, then Clash of Champions, and we're going to jump into 1994. We've only got 10 more to go, guys, so we're getting close to the end. We're almost there. Yeah, I know, right? Remember when reality TV was like the hottest thing ever? And people will sit there and say reality TV is real, and I'm just like, reality. It's just... I bought Spider-Man yesterday, and I live in NYC. I've still yet to see Spider-Man swinging around. Well, New York has a bunch of people that like dress up as superheroes, don't they? And just run around the city. Reality. Why can't gay people get married, Warrior? Reality. Reality. That always makes me laugh. Who are on your WCW Mount Rushmore? I would say, personally, like Flair, Sting, Vader. I'm tempted to go. I want to say Steamboat, but Goldberg was a huge star during Monday Night War, so I'll go Goldberg. If you want to come with me to the G1 Supercard, we can go around Brooklyn and Queens and look for Spider-Man together. That sounds like fun. Harley Race may be NWA, not WCW. NWO Mount Rushmore, Hogan, Hall, Nash, and... Hogan, Hall, Nash, who would the fourth one be? I guess Bischoff. Or maybe Scott Steiner. I'd go Scott Steiner because I'm a mark for the guy. Was WCW being purchased leaked, or was it a legit surprise when Shane showed up on Raw? It was leaked over the weekend. I remember it had been announced over the weekend that WWF was either finalizing the deal or had finalized the deal or whatever. Oh, you meant NWO on WCW's Mount Rushmore? Well, what they would do, they would take the WCW Mount Rushmore and just spray paint on it. NWO for life. That would be the NWO's presence on Mount Rushmore. Just, yeah, you know, you have Flair, Sting, Vader, and Goldberg's faces all carved into stone, and then just the big NWO logos right over it. If WCW didn't die, do you think it would still be around today? I mean, you never can tell. I would be hopeful that it would have survived. I mean, I would want it to be. I mean, TNA would have never happened, so if WCW had survived, there'd been no TNA, but, you know. Alrighty, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's pull this up. All right, the first Clash of Champions of 1994. Clash of the Champions 26 features Ric Flair teaming with Sting to battle Big Van Vader and Rick Rude in a tag team elimination match. AOL Time Warner happening would have killed it anyways. Fair point. Yeah, they clearly didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. Ted Turner was the big champion of WCW, and you know, once the merger happened, his influence kind of got removed. I just got done watching Xavier Woods and Madison Rayne playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Now I'm here. Interesting. Alrighty, guys, if you're following along in the network, we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clash of Champions. Hell in a Cell, guys. Oh my God, that's happening next weekend? Shit, there's too many pay-per-views.
Double teaming could be legal when World Heavyweight Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair and that man called Sting.
Rain is, yeah, Madison is still hot, absolutely. It's what we call a MILF. She's a big MILF.
Fly when Kentucky Colonel Rob Parker goes beat to beat with High Flying Brian Pillman, and the loser must dress as a chicken on national TV. Real American Dustin Rhodes attempts to seize the world television title from.
Should Ted Turner have been an on-screen character? No. Good God, no.
When Ice Train scrimmages former All-American Ron Simmons, High Flying Hunt, Stone Cold Scorpio, and Marcus Bagwell challenge the manhood of Paul Orndorff and Paul Rowan.
Oh, we've got Pretty Wonderful on the card, guys.
The Nasty Boys when World Championship Wrestling presents Clash of the Champions. We are live from Baton Rouge.
Clash of the Champions. Baton Rouge. We got Mean Gene introducing a WCW show. It's weird. Happy birthday. 94 was your birth year? Cool. Who's the wrestler that likes gilfs? Mark Henry, apparently.
Clash of Champions live here on TBS. We've got a packed house, and we have got action. I can hardly wait for Flair and Sting to combine their talents as they meet Vader and Ravishing Rick Rude. And what about Brian?
Nobody beats Mean Gene Okerlund. He's just the best.
All of that coming up. And the
He's the best.
exciting 2 hours on national television right here live on TBS.
Great voice, great presence.
Just a second.
Do you think Clash of the Champions was WCW SummerSlam? No, I think Great American Bash was.
I cannot believe what I am hearing.
Wait, what's happening, guys?
Oh,
What's happening?
this is the worst news I heard since my mother-in-law announced she was going to move in a year and a half ago. You've got to be kidding me. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. Bobby
The Brain Heenan! Okerlund's reaction is priceless.
What a nightmare. It continues.
There's Bobby, my boy.
Heenan, won't you leave me alone? You follow me everywhere. What are you doing here?
I work here. What are you doing here?
Whoa, who says you work here?
Who says I work here? Try Ted and Jane, the Turners. I'm on board now.
Weasel. So now we're watching a WCW show that's announced that has Mean Gene Okerlund, Bobby Heenan, and Jesse Ventura. I believe Jesse Ventura's on commentary for this show, correct?
You're going to be on thin ice here.
Oh my God.
A crowbar to your kneecaps and reverse it. I got work to do. You shut up, little man.
All right.
Oh, so no Ventura. Okay.
Apparently to join my good friend Tony Schiavone here at the Clash.
Good old Schiavone.
Another sucker. Right now, let's get up to the ring and Perry Michael Capella. Ladies and gentlemen,
The vision of WCW 1994, 80s WWF. Not wrong. I mean, they really tried to replicate like the rock and wrestling era in a lot of ways.
Number 1 to be led to the ring.
What are some of your favorite Heenan one-liners? I mean, yeah, like you said, the Bobby Knight comment is gold. Here comes Pretty Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff.
I heard that Schiavone and Heenan didn't get along. Why was that? I've heard that too. I don't know the exact details.
42 pounds. Pretty Paul Roma.
Former Four Horsemen, Paul Roma. They should be named the Pauls. That should be their team name. The Paul Orndorff and Paul Roma.
Ringside by Bobby the Brain Heenan. I can't believe this.
Well, Tony, let's just put it this way. You mind your P's and Q's, chances are you can still stay employed here at WCW. Okerlund, though, he's on shaky ground.
All right, but, well, here we go. And I tell you, we're off to a roaring start for the Clash of the Champions here.
Did you hear about the Taker HBK segment on Raw? I watched it. I did watch that segment. Just rehashing stuff from the past. I mean, Jesus Christ. 2000, what was that show? WrestleMania 28. What year was that? 2013? That was supposed to be the end of the era. Never again. And we're doing Undertaker Triple H with Shawn Michaels involved yet again. Great. Marcus Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio, the high energy of WCW. With Teddy Long as their manager. People are now begging for Undertaker and HBK at WrestleMania 35. Okay, if they're going to bring Shawn Michaels back, couldn't you do a fresher match than that, than one we've already seen at WrestleMania twice? And one that we saw in 97 a handful of times? Do a fresh match. Do a new match. Would you like to see Cesaro versus Ishii? Yeah, I would. That'd be cool.
Call your sister and brother. Call the guard. I don't care what you do. And let them know that the Brain is alive and well. And he is on TV right now here at TBS.
Yeah, this is right after Gorilla Monsoon kicked him out of Monday Night Raw. Anybody remember that when Bobby Heenan got booted out of the WWF by Monsoon? How about Brian Cage versus Ishii? That would also be cool.
It all began at Starrcade. Actually, the day before Starrcade, they had their first matchup at Starrcade. As you see the assassin making sure that Roma and Orndorff.
Why do you think Tony Schiavone never got more of a run in WWE? Well, according to Bruce Pritchard, it's because Vince didn't like his accent. Like, he's got like a southern twang, which isn't very obvious, but apparently Vince didn't like his accent. So, do you think Predator versus Batman would work? I guess it'd be kind of neat.
So what you're trying to imply is that the assassin interfered
Twice.
Well, you're nothing but a paid snitch then. That's what you will do, just tell on people, right?
Well, I mean, it was very obvious on the replay that apparently something was in the mask.
Yeah, his head. His head's in the mask.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Shawn Michaels versus Ciampa for TakeOver WrestleMania weekend would be interesting. Well, yeah, like, come up with something new. Don't do the same shit that we've already seen before.
Just look at his body, how he trains.
Cesaro has lost his sparkle. I haven't watched Cesaro in months, so I couldn't tell you.
The women just love him.
Could you imagine Vince laughing at Shockmaster if it happened in WWF?
Would you like to know?
He would either laugh or get super pissed. I'm not sure which. You never can tell with Vince.
We're only now two
All right, we're
Scorpio.
starting off with Orndorff and Scorpio.
And he goes with the full-on Dragon Twist on Orndorff. In this
What's up with the creamsicle colors that Scorpio and Bagwell are going for here? They look like the 70s Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bobby the Brain, and they can go at a slower pace or a quicker pace. I'm talking
Hopefully their win-loss record is a little better
Well,
than
they can
them.
go all night. They can go 150 miles an hour or they can idle. It doesn't matter. But they're going to have to set the pace, Roman Orndorff, to control this match because I know Teddy Long, manager of the year. I know.
If you were in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, what kind of bender would you be? Earthbender. Be awesome. You move the ground. It'd be great.
They're hungry. They're really hungry. I don't think they're going to beat the team of Orndorff and Roman.
Unless Shockmaster shit his pants, Vince would have been pissed. Yeah, if there's shit involved, Vince would have loved it.
altercation there with referee and athlete.
Where does Johnny Gargano go from here? Would you put him in another feud? Well, I would put him in another feud, but he's got to like,
Attack again. What a
kind of like be on the road to redemption almost. Kind of like, or maybe even just go full-fledged heel turn. It's up to them at this point. Oh, look at backflip by Scorpio. Leapfrog. Oh,
forearm shot.
this is an interesting pairing. Paul Orndorff and Scorpio. That's,
This match continues.
oh, drop toe hold by Paul.
Our first battle of the flag.
Very nice. Very nice tag there.
Right after this timeout.
Snap his knee.
Who would you say is Mr. ROH? All time? Probably,
We are back live from the Centroplex.
CM Punk comes to mind. Samoa Joe comes to mind.
No. Not for this matchup. As
Um,
long as I want to be here.
Stun gun.
Chin first goes Bagwell. I'll tell you what, though, during the break, a lot of great tag team action going on. As you see Bagwell now, I think we're going to take a look at some of the action.
What would you say are the best NXT title, women's title, and tag title reigns? Best NXT tag champions were the Revival. Their matches with DIY and American Alpha were amazing. Best NXT women's title reign, probably, I guess I'll say Asuka. Asuka was probably the best, although I like Charlotte and Sasha as well. Favorite NXT title reign, I mean, Ciampa's is going pretty well right now. He's great. But probably,
Sure, he's cocky. But you got to be a little bit like that to be a success in this world.
Well, I'm Dragon Twist.
it's hard to say. It really is hard to say.
I certainly do, Mr. Schiavone.
Do you listen to 83 Weeks? Yes, I do. I like that podcast. It's a very interesting listen. Who would win in a match between the Zoo and the Doinks? I mean, the Zoo, obviously. I created them. You think I would create a group of losers? Could you just imagine, like, the Zoo, as I described it, coming out on WWE television? Very nice. Nice way to get out of that superplex. Here comes Roma. Oh, clubbing Scorpio in the back. What do you make of NXT UK? Will it be a success? I think NXT UK was created for WWE to kind of stomp out any potential competition in the UK. Some people have accused NXT as being an excuse for WWE to drain the indies of talent and basically kill them. And I think NXT UK is to do that specifically targeted at the UK wrestling market. Will it be a success? I don't know. I think it kind of dilutes the NXT brand a little bit and maybe stretches themselves too thin. I don't know, but we'll see. What went wrong? Immortal. Bad writing. Yeah, just bad writing. Hey there, man. Not much. We're still in the opening match of Clash of Champions. We just started not that long ago. I can just imagine Michael Cole going, "It's the zoo!" Trying to make them sound like they should be taken seriously. What, are you trying to imply that the zoo is not a serious idea? That I just came up with something stupid? That was a joke? Is that what you're saying? I'm just going to call Scorpio and Bagwell the creamsicles. I hope that's okay with everybody.
I'll tell you one thing. I saw Vader in the back. I went up to him, introduced myself. He wasn't in the mood to talk. The man was in deep thought, and I know why. Because of Harley Race, and I know what they got planned for Ric Flair. History may be made this evening.
Front chancery applied now.
You notice? Roma, Orndorff, back to wrestling. Back to what got them to the dance. They know what they're doing.
Bagwell has had very little impact on this match. I wonder why that is. Thoughts on Perry Saturn? Good hand. I always liked Perry. I thought he was a good hand. Typically worked well on whatever roster he was put on. I had one of Goldberg's best matches with him. What pay-per-view was that? Spring Stampede 98?
Oh, you're right about that.
That was one of Goldberg's first. That was probably Goldberg's first good match. Did Orndorff just blow snot on the mat? That's weird. You're weird, dude. What are some of the moments in WWE would have loved to have seen Vince's reaction to in the back? Any segment that just tanks horribly, like the Bailey "This Is Your Life" segment, or some things like that that just lay an egg. I would love to see Vince's reaction to those. Hey, have you ever watched Shot of Brandy? No, I don't even know what that is. Oh, Scorpio got the foot up. Orndorff is down. Come on. Orndorff tags Roma. Scorpio tags Bagwell. God, Bagwell looks so young here. I'd love to see Vince's reaction to whenever Roman gets booed out of the building. Shot of Brandy is Brandy Rhodes' YouTube channel where she cooks food mixed with alcohol. That sounds awesome. I might watch that. 2. No. Look at fresh-faced Bagwell. He's so young and so, excited. Missile dropkick by Bagwell. 1, 2. No. No. That referee, Nick Patrick, easily distracted. 1, 2. No.
Out here, things are getting out of hand. I don't think that referee.
Whoa! A big clothesline in the back of the head.
Oh, now it's a melee. All 4 guys are in the ring.
We got a while when they start the clash of the champions.
It's like a battle royal, Shivani.
Oh, Scorpio missed with the flying forearm.
Down low. The legal men in the ring are Bagwell and Roma. And Nick Patrick, all he can do now to restore some order.
Who, if anyone, do you think will be the first guy to hold the NXT North American Championship and then the NXT Championship? Well, right now, Adam Cole can be that guy. I can see Adam Cole winning the NXT title at some point. 1, 2, 3. The Creamsicles win it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Marcus Alexander Bagwell and 2 Cold Scorpio.
Thoughts on Young Frankenstein? Brilliant parody, a comedy classic, one of Mel Brooks' best. I love that film.
What an exciting win it was. And I tell you, that was a hard-fought tag match for both tag teams.
Look at this, Shivani. There's Orndorff, and he's talking to the assassin right there. I can't really see from my vantage point what's going on. Oh, he's protecting his knee. That's what he's doing.
Oh, they loaded up the knee pad,
Well, I didn't see that.
but Bagwell reversed it on the heels.
There it is. See, now that's
They got a little taste of their own medicine there, guys.
First of all, the man on the outside, well, the man on the inside. Never mind, Shivani. They shouldn't have won the match. You know it, and I know it. No, this is not fair.
Well, hey, this is an exciting program. You arrive on the scene unexpectedly, and we've got Too Cold, Bagwell going on.
What do you think of NXT gearing towards a Pete Dunne Ricochet match and feud?
Well, that's what I'm
Should be good. I'm surprised they're not saving it for a takeover. Title versus title, champion versus champion. That'd be a good one to do.
Yeah, good to have you here, by the way.
I know.
It's going to come back.
Good to have you here. I know. It is good to have me here.
Ice trained to face former world champion Ron Simmons.
I remember my teacher always asked me for advice when I was in school, because that's why I'm the brain. Come on, get up here. You got to do what?
Ricochet and Dunne supposedly had a 25-minute classic. Well, then I can't wait to see it then.
Joined live by Bobby the Brain Heenan. It was all that Randy Anderson could do to keep these two.
Okay, now we got Ron Simmons versus Ice Train.
Ice Train and Ron Simmons.
Who the hell remembers Ice Train? Power Slam.
They're trying to end it right now.
See, that's why he's still the student. He should have covered Ron Simmons there if he really thought he had a chance.
You're exactly right. Big Show. Simmons hit hard. And we get dumped on here at ringside. And they are fighting everywhere.
Does it kill you that WWE, which was basically your childhood, has gotten so bad, or do you not care?
It is
I mean, it hurts me that into the ring post. It doesn't like hurt me necessarily. It's kind of like The Simpsons. I remember the good times, and that's what matters most.
No, I don't sit on wet spot.
Is Ice Train related to Ice Cube? Maybe, possibly.
I'm not going to sit in a wet spot.
From Russia with Love and The World Is Not Enough were on TV recently. What do you think of those? From Russia with Love is one of the best in the Bond series. World Is Not Enough is not good, but I liked Sophie Marceau in it. Like, I thought she was really good in it. Denise Richards was not good in it. What was her name? Christmas Jones? They thought, hey, you know who could play a believable nuclear physicist? Denise Richards. I totally bought that performance.
I don't like Gordon Soul, just between you and I. No real reason. You don't really have to have a reason to dislike Gordon, do you?
I think you do.
Bobby's just like,
What an athlete this Ron Simmons is.
I dislike Gordon Soley, which no one ever says.
World champion.
You know, he's really
When do you think WCW started to fall? They really started to fall. I started to see signs of it in 98. I guess you could say Starrcade 97 and how they botched the Hogan Sting match was like the first indicator of it. But like 98, I started to see signs of it, and then in 90 and in 99, I was like,
They don't influence me in one way. It doesn't get under my skin.
it was bad.
What'd you call me?
What's the difference between a double DQ and a no contest? I guess there is no difference. It's just a draw, right? I guess a double DQ is more specific.
Ron Simmons.
Come on, Ron.
It's kind of like squares and rectangles. All double DQs are no contests, but not all no contests are double DQs. Because it could be a double count out. It could be a time limit draw. It could be various other things.
To go all the way to the finals, quite an accomplishment.
Well, you're right about that, but look at the size of the arms on him.
Oh, look at that roll up by Ice Train.
A one count. Simmons back up quickly.
Do you like Super Smash Brothers? Yes, I love the Super Smash Brothers games. I think they're great.
Simmons did not want it to be on TV.
I'm too young to remember Gordon Soley. What made him so good? He was so good because he called wrestling like it was a real sport. Like he had the voice of. Nice block by Ice Train. I almost called him A-Train. Jesus. Are you surprised WCW lasted 99 to 01? No, because they had built up so much success before. Another power slam by Ice Train. What got you into the music you like? Growing up in the 80s, you know, heavy metal, hair metal, all that stuff. Roll up by Simmons. 2. Oh, he held the tights. But yeah, you know, being an 80s kid kind of influenced me in that way. So I love, you know, hard rock, 80s metal, that type of stuff. Gordon Soley sounds like a grandfather I want to tell me stories around the fireplace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match,
He's got a great, like, grandfatherly voice. But he has a voice that you can take that voice and apply it to almost any sport. It's uncanny. Ice Train sucks.
I said that's why he's a student. He's got an IQ of a doorknob. 2, and he hooks the plates. What great all-American move from an all-American athlete.
When we come back, me, Gino, Glenn, and we'll
what if Stone Cold was in WCW and Goldberg was in WWE during the war? I think Austin would have not succeeded in WCW as a main event star because they wouldn't have he wouldn't have become Stone Cold, for one thing. And Goldberg, he would have gotten to WWE and they wouldn't have known what to do with him. I think they flourished in the environments that they were in. Austin needed the creative backing, which I don't think WCW was going to give him. And Goldberg needed somebody that was willing to do something a little bit more old school. Say, hey, let's just have him kill people and squash everybody on the roster. Because that's the other thing. WCW had such a large roster that they were able to do that with Goldberg. WWE wouldn't have been able to do that with him.
I'd like to introduce the United States Heavyweight Champion, stunning Steve Austin. Look at this. Colonel Robert Parker, before I talk to you, Austin, you have no business here. You don't.
Why is Austin dressed like that?
To differ with your son, I'm a trained by wrestler's license, and I'm out here, the United States
Oh my God.
champion, just sucking a big tall man, a man that rules the world, and to make sure that Flying Brian is wearing that chicken.
Austin's imitation of Colonel Parker is pretty great. That is pretty great.
Don't he look good in that Parker special there that I gave?
What's the topic of your next What Went Wrong video? I don't know yet. I don't know. None of them are planned right now. I'll do it if I get an idea to do one. What do you think of the Hangover movies? I like the first one. The second one is a shitty rehash of the first one, and I never saw the third one. 12 viewers, Patrick. Views are rising. Yeah, I'm super popular. I'm getting up to. I'll be at PewDiePie levels in no time.
Looked up at me with them eyes, and I knew what he was saying, G. What was he said? Parker, you rule the world. I'm going to tell you this now, and you remember, Brian?
I don't think I've ever seen Parker outside of a suit before. He actually looks like he's in somewhat decent shape.
All right, I thank you very much, gentlemen. Stunning Steve, don't light that up. This is an unspoken building.
What went wrong? Modern day WWE. Everything. Can I have your autograph? No.
And a host of other greats. Well, late last night, the Board of Governors at World Championship Wrestling reached a decision. They have chosen a man as their new commissioner. This guy is one of the great legends. He's had some classic battles as a world champion with the likes of Vern Gagne, Hulk Hogan, Lou Thez, Dory Funk Jr., and a host of others. With that, I present to you the new commissioner of World Championship Wrestling,
Nick Bockwinkel.
Bockwinkel.
There he is.
Mr. Bockwinkel, welcome to the Clash of Champions.
Nick Bockwinkel. This is actually, as a kid, this is the first time I ever saw Bockwinkel. Was as the authority figure in WCW. So to me, he was kind of like Jack Tunney. What are your favorite Harlem Heat matches? I have to think about that.
I will try my very best.
They had one match that was like a three-way tag It was like Sting and Luger,
Looking at some new legislation.
and I think the Steiners and Harlem Heat. I remember really liking that match, but I could be completely misremembering who was in it. How do you think Brian Pillman's loose cannon gimmick would have fared in the Attitude Era? Oh, it would have been perfect. If he was, I've said it before, if Brian Pillman was in the physical shape he was in just a few years earlier with that character, he would have been a megastar. Thoughts on ODB and TNA? I liked ODB. She was funny. She was fun. A little nasty, but she was fun. And now we're getting, what is it, Dustin Rhodes versus Lord Steven Regal. This ought to be fun. There's Gordon. Bobby Heenan and Gordon Soley together. That is...
Bobby the Brain Heenan, and this television championship match is just now.
This is beautiful.
Let's get to the ring. It is Lord Steven Regal.
Omega looks like Pillman. A little bit. He does a little bit. We're not getting entrances. This is the second match in a row we haven't gotten entrances. They just go straight to the match.
Yes, it is. But I'll tell you something.
Would Brian Pillman have leapfrogged Steve Austin as the top face in the Attitude Era? I doubt it. I doubt Austin was just too unique and too, like, he just hit the right nerve.
He just can't stand the thought of them being in the same building with him. He is so above them, and he lets everybody know it. He is the WCW television champion. Am I correct?
He is indeed, and he is a marvelous combination of American catch-can and the European classic style of wrestling. Notice the way you're very quickly tied up.
They didn't want to edit over the music, so they just cut the entrance. Well, I mean, that infuriates me less than just putting in shitty music.
Dustin bit him on the ear.
Dustin is not that kind of.
Oh, he wouldn't bite you on the ear, right? His dad would bite both your ears off. Believe me. Bite you on the ear.
This is so surreal listening to Gordon Soley and Bobby Heenan call a match. When does someone no longer become an underdog? When they win all the time. Let's say if they win like if they win like 3 or 4 big matches in a row, then it's like, all right, you're not an underdog anymore. Oh, look at Dustin. Look at that fire. Did you like the Rumble entrances better with music or without? Good question, because I remember it was 96 when they started using the entrance musics, and before that they wouldn't. I guess I don't have a preference either way, to be honest. What went wrong? Colt Cabana and WWE. Well, they tried to make him Dewey McJewerton, Scotty Goldman, which he made a joke about recently. When he gets redemption, yeah, that's also a fair point. Yeah, that's when an underdog stops being an underdog.
Once again, they lock up collar and elbow. Barn drag and twist now by Dustin Rhodes on the television champion.
I like those yellow trunks on Dustin Rhodes in the boots. It matched that yellow stripe down his back real good.
Oh, wow, he just hurled Regal. What went wrong, Okada and TNA? Vince Russo. Because that Kato gimmick, I mean, you can't tell me that wasn't Russo's idea.
27, by the way.
Did you think CM Punk quitting WWE was a work at first? No, it seemed pretty legit.
No, Regal is such a great competitor, such a great wrestler. You never know when he's playing possum, when he's suckering you in for a move. That's what I like about him.
What wrestlers do you think were around in the wrong era but would have been stars in another time? I'll tell you what, Bad News Brown. You put that guy in the Attitude Era, he'd have been gold. Omega versus Ishii at Destruction. I'll have to check out Destruction then. I have absolutely no memory of Okada and TNA. Good. It was very lackluster, to say the least. Did you hear that Zero Hour got 197,000 viewers on WGN America? That's got to be their biggest rating ever. I have no memory of Hogan and TNA. That's also good. Was Sonata in TNA as well? Yes, very briefly, as like a protege of James Storm when James Storm was doing that Wyatt family knockoff gimmick. I've never seen TNA. I mean, there's some really good stuff in TNA, but they kept shooting themselves in the foot. Oh, look at Dustin breaking out of that full Nelson.
I'm not taking anything away from Dustin Rhodes. The man's a tremendous.
Oh, kip up by Regal.
He He knows the
Spry young Regal. Look at that. Oh.
Beautiful shoulder smash by Dustin Rhodes has Lord Steven Regal back to the canvas. And he
Oh, God. It is so great to listen to Gordon Soley call this shit. Oh, my God. It's like heaven in my ears. Acting like Vince Russo and pitch me Okada and TNA. Hey, bro, you got to understand, bro. American fans out there, they don't care at all about Japanese wrestlers, bro, okay? They just don't care, especially if you can't speak English, bro, okay? If I can't understand what he's saying, he can't get over, bro. Best idea I got here, I just watched a movie. Brand new movie, fresh idea. The Green Hornet, bro. Green Hornet's been around for decades. No, it hasn't, bro. I just saw the movie last week, had Seth Rogen in it. It was a comedy classic, I'm telling you, bro. We take his sidekick character, bro. Listen to me. And we pair him up with a top TNA star, bro. And then that TNA star will be just as cool as the Green Hornet, bro. It'll be great. It'll be like printing money, bro. Well, who's the top TNA star we put with him? Samoa Joe, bro. Samoa Joe. It'll be great. It'll be gangbusters. The merchandising will be through the roof, bro. Matt Hardy is supposedly becoming a backstage producer now since his career may be winding down. That might be a good spot for him. He's a creative dude. What did you make of Sting's Joker gimmick in TNA? I thought the promos were great. I mean, some people kind of looked at it and said, oh, they're ripping off the Joker, but I liked the promos. Do you like your coworkers? Most of them, yeah. I have a pretty good team. What went wrong? John Morrison. WWE didn't want to push him for some reason. Also, him being tied to Melina probably didn't help. What's part 2 of the Zoo storyline?
Good move by Regal as he
Mexican and foreign wrestlers that don't speak English just don't connect. I mean, there's ways to... I like the Great Muta. Great Muta got over with me at a very young age. But they got around that by not having him talk. Like, at all. I think Pentagon could get over if they subtitle his promos. Tajiri kind of got it. Not as like a main event star in WWE, but he got over and he never spoke English. Even though he can. That's the funniest thing. He can speak English. They just worked us and said he couldn't. There are ways to get around. Some guys don't need to talk. That's the other part of it. Again, Muta, it worked. Sorry, I'm just watching this match. Good wrestling contest here. Classic. And you got Gordon Soley calling it, which is even better.
Well, you're not going to beat Lord Steven Regal.
Would Roman be over if he was bald like Austin and Hogan? I don't know. Let's put that to the test. This guy looks too much like Jason Momoa. We got to shave his head.
It's just a matter of time until Rhodes makes it.
Do you think Russo doesn't get enough credit for his Attitude Era work because it's overshadowed by the bad stuff? Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of look at all of his bad stuff and just go, oh, fuck that guy. But, you know, he was one of the creative minds behind the Attitude Era, which was a hot period for them, so you can't take that away from him. Hogan still has hair. Yeah, hair. He has a ring around his head. Yeah, Vince is obsessed with, like, trying to recreate The Rock, which, no.
He goes back to basic wrestling then. That's
Rogan. No, Hogan. Hogan has a ring of... He has a ring of hair around his head.
It doesn't say he's a smart champion? Oh, it says wrestling. Right.
Was Super Bowl 46 a worthy sequel to Super Bowl 42 to you? Yeah, because the Giants won. It was worthy to me. The Giants won the Super Bowl over the Patriots. Again. Made me happy. I can't speak for the people of Boston, but fuck them. My apologies to those of you that live in Boston and the New England area.
You can't punch a man. There's not much you can do with a broken wrist except go get it fixed.
Yeah, it takes away a point of attack, a point of balance, and a point of defense. So consequently,
it takes a lot of work to do that. It takes a lot of work to break a man's wrist. But it's easier just to stick him in the eye.
If WCW won the Raw, won the Monday Night Wars when Russo joined, he'd be praised like a god. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go Big Blue, man. Tomorrow, we'll see. The Shark is sick of Mantar's shit and breaks out from the zoo and forms the Shark Pack with Shark Boy and other sea-based gimmicks. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Sounds like we could write for Chikara. The Patriots have had it too good for too long. They deserve to be brought back down every now and then. I agree.
They're all the same size on the camera.
What did you think of Simpson's angry dad?
A little longer.
Was that the? I remember that episode, but that was one of the later episodes. That was close to the time I stopped watching.
Face now by Regal.
I want to see the shark with his sidekick, Shark Boy.
There's an Englishman riding a cowboy. I like
An Englishman riding a cowboy. Thank you for that, Heenan. Tom Brady was the NFL equivalent of 2007 Cena at one point. Yeah. It caps off with a 5 versus 5 Human Torch match. I mean, that's the logical way to end this, a Human Torch match, right? I would think it would be like a lock 'em in a cage match. Like the losing faction would be the group of animals that gets locked in a cage.
Well, you're not going to hurt that face.
Who would win, Shockmaster or Typhoon? Shockmaster, because Typhoon, because Shockmaster would fall on his face.
5 minutes remaining in this match. Gary Capetta just called it out.
Getting close to the time limit here.
2/3 gone.
I forgot. Yeah, TV title matches have 15-minute time limits.
2/3 of this. 5 minutes here. 10 minutes here.
The end of the zoo would be locking them in a cage with Bob Barker.
Keeping his man tied up is Stephen Regal.
Dark.
Got to keep him on the mat. That's his plan. He's basically a
God, fried fish. I could go for that right now.
It appears to me.
Dustin Rhodes trying to break free. His both hands are trapped. And Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, who's going to win this one?
And he may have it as Regal's face is grimacing in pain. And
Dustin broke out. Oh, headbutt by Regal. Nice little necktie there by Regal.
The more I see him, the more I like him.
Your kind of man. Huh?
Would you like to see War Machine versus the Steiners? Not today, but back if you could get like Steiners in their prime versus War Machine, yeah, I'd love to see that. Who are some of your favorite ever New York Giants? Mark Bavaro, Eli Manning. I love Eli. Even though he drives me nuts sometimes, I love Eli Manning. Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan. Even though he was an embarrassment off the field, I can't deny like Lawrence Taylor's contributions to the team. That whole linebacking core in the 80s and 90s, actually, like Carl Banks, I think is very good. Harry Carson. O.C. Umenyiora was one that I really liked for a while.
Well, you just love the eavesdrop, don't you, Gordon? Sir Williams talking to his lordship, and here
Did you see MLW's tweets about Pentagon and Phoenix? I did not. What did they have to say about Pentagon and Phoenix? 3 minutes left in the time limit, and Regal's all like, I don't want to go back in. Tiki Barber,
he's not real smart.
I didn't like how he acted after he left the team. How pissed are you that the Giants re-signed Odell? Not happy. I'm not happy. And signed him for all that money, too. I was like, oh, my God. Guys, why? Sunset flip by Regal. Oh, Dustin breaks that up. Fuck you. You ain't sunset flipping me, bastard.
Come on, Ref, do something. That's why you
MLW said something like it was a pleasure working with him and we'll see what's next. Oh, dear. As a new football watcher, what should I know about the sport? Definitely know the rule book. Oh, nice flying knee by Rhodes. 1, 2, no. Definitely know the rules. Like, try and see if you can get your hand on a rule book or something. And actually, a good way to do that is play fantasy football. That'll help you like get familiar with a lot of the names and a lot of people and the rules.
Hooking him, tried to play him in, but Dustin Rhodes twisted mid-flight.
MLW was just playing into the rumors, and so is Penta. Why wouldn't he if it only increases his booking fee? I don't think Pentagon, like, I think Pentagon would be great for WWE, but I don't think they know how to use it. Oh, no, he's in the ropes. I have my Saints to watch this season. Are the Saints looking any good? Did you like Shockey? I did like Shockey. He wasn't a favorite, and his hot head got him in trouble a couple of times, but I like Shockey. Not the best blocking tight end in the world, but, you know, if you needed an extra receiver on the field, he was reliable. Back body dropping, back into the ring. Oh, look at Dustin fly.
How much time?
About 30 seconds.
Phoenix would be awesome in NXT, and then he'll flop like a dead fish on 205. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Also, he's too similar to Kalisto. That's what Vince would think. He's too similar to Kalisto. Oh, and Dustin hits William. Not Sir William. Oh, meeting of the minds. Thoughts on Roethlisberger? 15 seconds. What's Dustin doing? Elbow off the top. Oh, Dustin, you're an idiot. You should have gone for the pin. 3, 2, 1. Nope. 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 Time limit ran out.
It was too late.
Too late.
Lord Steven Regal successfully defends.
Shockey had a good look and attitude to be a wrestler. Actually, that's kind of true. We look good, and Breeze is still as great as always. Okay. Anyway, going back to Roethlisberger, I always thought Roethlisberger was a very good quarterback. I always liked him. I mean, I liked him on the field, not necessarily for his antics off the field. He got the name Rapelessburger there for a while, but, you know.
I don't mind telling you, Gordon Soley, a very
in my opinion, if everyone wants to see the best version of Penta, then you have to watch Lucha Underground, because I'll put it like this. In WWE and everywhere else, he is just Phoenix's brother in LU. He is a ninja skeleton. He's great in Lucha Underground. I love him there. What do you think of the Naked Gun movies? The first one's great. I don't remember the second and third ones. I haven't seen them in years.
From New Orleans tonight to see one of your favorites, the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Right, that's one of my favorites. And his dad, American Dream. I like all of them.
All right.
What are some of the players you wish would have signed for the Giants?
All right.
I mean, I hate to say it, but if we had gotten Jason Witten, like early on in his career, I would have been so happy. Because Jason Witten, who's fantastic, and if he doesn't go into the Hall of Fame, and this is me saying a Cowboy should go into the Hall of Fame, Jason Witten absolutely should go into the Hall of Fame. It's like, God, I used to watch every game and go, God, I want that guy on my team so bad. How would a video review of WrestleMania 22 go if you did it immediately after the show ended? I would have looked defeated, because that main event, even though WrestleMania 22 on its own isn't necessarily a bad WrestleMania, the fact that I would have been doing it immediately after watching that Cena Triple H match. Super Bowl 4 with a double Thunder Cage. Interesting. How did you become a Giants fan? It was a family thing. It got passed down to me. Yeah, it was a family thing. That's all there was to it. I don't remember not being a Giants fan. Okay, here's the Nasty Boys being led to the ring by Missy Hyatt. Once again, looking trashy. Kind of hot, not going to lie. Also, they're doing Lita versus Mickie James for no reason in Evolution. Hey, it's you got to fill the card, man. I don't object to that match.
They're nasty, but they're double tough. No question about
The Beavis. Oh, it's funny. I was about to make that joke. There was a sign in the crowd with Beavis and Butthead on it. It's like they're the Beavis and Butthead of wrestling. The Nasty Boys. I'd rather fill the card with current females than the females of tomorrow. Have you ever played NBA Jam or NFL Blitz? Long time ago. Long time ago. Where does Seinfeld and Roseanne rank in your top TV shows? Seinfeld near the top. I love Seinfeld. Roseanne, I liked Roseanne. It wasn't a favorite necessarily, but I did enjoy it. Max Payne and Cactus Jack versus the Nasty Boys. Now, these two teams, didn't they have some pay-per-view matches that were awesome? I remember them having some excellent tag team matches on pay-per-view. Actually, you know what else? Every time I see Brian Knobbs, I think of Rocksteady's human form from the original Ninja Turtle show. So I guess you could call him like Bebop and Rocksteady.
I'll tell you what. Let's go to a commercial break and we'll try and find Max Payne and Captain Jack.
I'll find out where they are.
Where are they? They're not coming out. As we go to commercial.
Well, we're still waiting for the appearance of Cactus Jack. And
What went
Max
wrong?
Payne.
WWE reading the room. I feel like I already did that.
Area.
Already covered that topic.
Nobody knows where they are. Maybe they turned tail and ran.
Do you remember Dustin Runnels' run as Black Rain in TNA? I do. I remember Black Rain.
Jack, wait a minute.
Here they are. Oh, they're coming through the crowd.
Well, they must have gotten lost or confused because they're coming through the crowd.
It's Man Mountain Rock and Dude Love, the dream team we always wanted.
And this match is underway with a
There we go.
We've got a four-way melee going on.
Now the match officially begins. Cactus Jack with the Cactus Clothesline.
Jack and Hobbs over the top rope down outside the ring. Full body slam by Sag.
Oh, I imagine WWE doesn't watch my videos, but thanks for the kind words.
Punishing
Val Venus versus Joey Ryan. Oh my God, I would actually love to see that match. That would be like if I went to an indie show and they did Val Venus and Joey Ryan, I'd lose my mind.
Well, the match is not even a minute long yet. and it's
Would you say Austin in 17 was the first incident of them turning the wrong person heel? Maybe not the first, but that was like a huge uh-oh, why are they doing this?
the guy's got great wrestling skills.
What went right? Star Wars.
Cactus Jack, the Nasty Boys.
Great collaboration, great ideas, wonderful imagination, George Lucas's vision, and just getting all the right players in the right time, right place to create magic.
That is a natural fact.
Why are the Cowboys so hated? Because the media sucks their dick, and they keep telling us how great they are, but they haven't won a Super Bowl in 2 decades, and yet you'd think they're like the best team in football every season. I remember one year they were doing really poorly, and Jimmy Johnson kept picking them to win. It's like, oh, they're too talented. They're too talented. They could come back, run the table, and make it to the playoffs. And I'm just sitting there like, Jesus Christ, if this were any other team, you'd have written them off. But it's Dallas, so bleh. When was the last time the Cowboys were even in a Super Bowl? I think it was the last time they won, which was Super Bowl 30 against the Steelers. So we're talking like mid-90s here. And you know what? If they win a Super Bowl like this year or next year or even like 5 years from now, they'll be like, we told you all. We told you Dallas was going to win the Super Bowl. It's like, fuck, motherfucker, you've been predicting it for 25 years. Shut up.
But now they realize that's not going to happen.
Dixie Carter's from Dallas and is a Titans fan. Well, she's smart then. Oh. What the fuck happened on that one?
Came off the top rope, cross body block on Max Payne. Max Payne inverted that situation.
Sometimes Max Payne looks like Cousin It. You ever notice that with the Addams family?
Max Payne looks like Cousin It. I wonder if Gordon Soley liked working with Bobby Heenan, who's just a big cut up.
I'm a broadcast journalist. They won't do nothing to me. Well, you don't know of them.
Max Payne smashed into
My buddy is a Packers fan and he hates the Cowboys. Look, everyone hates the Cowboys except Cowboys fans. So does the America's team name piss you off? Yes, because they haven't been America's team in decades. Like, they got that name in the 70s when Staubach was their guy. And the timing in this match seems really bad. Like, I don't know what's going on here with these guys. But yeah, they haven't been America's team in so fucking long that it's like, how dare you call yourself America's team?
There's something wrong with him. I just looked into his eyes.
How can you be America's team when everybody hates you?
He's not right. What happened to Max Payne? Did an eagle on him?
Favorite character, Aang, Katara, Sokka, or Toph? I like Toph. She's just a neat, dirty little thug. I like her.
They got to keep him in their corner.
Who's more hated, the Pats or the Cowboys? At this point, the Pats. Like, everyone, I could joke and say everyone hates the Cowboys. I'm fairly confident people would root for the Cowboys against the Pats in the Super Bowl. Here's how much I hate the Pats. I hate them so much, I rooted for the fucking Eagles to win the Super Bowl. And I was happy when they won it. So, if that tells you anything. Ooh! Nasty chair shot there.
Sags just connected.
Anyway, the argument I mentioned earlier was because me and my friend were in class talking wrestling, and in no time then some guys got annoyed by you talking about wrestling. Well, tell them to go fuck themselves. What went wrong? The Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones being an asshat. That's what went wrong.
The average man would have been out cold for about 6 weeks.
Toph is blind like me, so I like her too. Well, hey, nothing wrong with a little identification. You must have loved Tito's celebration on the Star. Actually, I hated Tito, so but I did kind of mark out for that. It's like, yeah, tell the Cowboys can go fuck themselves. I guess that makes me a hypocrite, but you know. I did like Tom Brady on Family Guy. That was the same episode where Stewie beat the shit out of Brian, right? Where's my money, man? Where's my money? You would think that Cactus Jack would be doing most of the heavy lifting on his team, not Max Payne, but here we are.
Cactus Jack has been to 163 psychiatrists. Yeah, they got credentials, all right. They got a lot of credentials.
Oh, double clothesline by Max Payne.
Oh, that's picking up a 7-10 split, huh?
He sure did indeed. Well, I'll tell you what, my good friend Tony Schiavone will be back with you for the next matches, Bobby.
You know, I never liked Tony Schiavone. Did you hear what he said about you? I'll tell you later, Gordon. Tony doesn't like you. He's jealous of you.
I know better than that.
Up there's Cactus.
Things don't look
It's
good.
an elbow in.
They could lose their titles.
I'll tell you what, they're in a world of hurt. Now they charge on Cactus Jack, but
Who do you think was the biggest waste of talent in the NFL? For me, it's Michael Vick.
Thank goodness it's a non-title match.
Who's that running back? Darren Wilson, I think his name was. He was a running back that the Giants had a few years ago, and he was a star waiting to happen, and then he got hurt. It's like, fuck. He could have been like our next great running back, and then he got hurt, and career was ended. Since Tessa Blanchard supposedly has an attitude problem, would she be one of those vets that doesn't do jobs in 20 years? David Wilson, that's who it was. David Wilson, yeah. God, I was so angry about that. When I heard he had to retire, I was like, oh. Is Michael Vick related to Katie Vick? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Cactus Jack just won? Yeah, that match was a little off, but I remember these teams having better matches on pay-per-view. Are they going to get Missy? Nothing quite like sexually assaulting a woman to get the faces over, right? What are some of the darkest days as a Giants fan? Well, last season was just every week was like a dark day. The Super Bowl we lost to the Ravens was a dark day. The game against San Francisco in the playoffs where we were up by 28 points and then blew the lead and lost, that was a dark day. That game against the Eagles, we were up 21 in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes to go. They blew the lead and lost. Then fucking Matt Dodge with a shitty punt and shitty blocking on the punt. It was, oh, fuck me. That game still hurts. I remember that video you did where you said the Giants were going 0-16. It looked like it there for a while. Oh, Cactus didn't kiss her on the mouth. I guess he knew his wife was watching. And now we got Flying Brian versus Colonel Parker. The loser has to wear a chicken suit.
All right, fans, coast to coast, welcome back to the clash.
The entire 1990s outside of 1990 was awful for the Giants. Yes, it was. That whole decade was bad. Who was our best player during that period? I guess Michael Strahan by default, but yeah, it was pretty bad. The 90s were pretty bad.
The worst news I've heard in a long, long time. The arrival of Bobby the Brain
Jets and Giants Super Bowl.
Everywhere everywhere. I can't believe it. There are a ton of rumors that are going on right now at World Championship Wrestling.
Oh, God.
Plus, ladies and gentlemen, there's some commotion.
What's your favorite Dave Brown game? What's your favorite Kent Graham game? What's your favorite Danny Cannell game?
On the hotline at 1-900-909.
Oh, I want to talk to Bobby Heenan on the hotline.
Get your parents' permission.
You said your parents hated Pete Carroll. I don't know. They just can't stand him. I don't know what it is exactly, but they really don't like him. What's your favorite Cleveland Browns game? Hey, the Cleveland Browns are a comedy of errors. I think they're hilarious. All right, we were watching clips of a match between Flying Brian and Stunning Steve on WCW Saturday Night. Oh, God, I miss WCW Saturday Night.
Flying Brian has separated himself, has the advantage. Oh, and Stunning Steve whips him out to the floor.
Was Cleveland on Family Guy supposed to be a Cleveland Browns joke? I'm sure he was. Isn't Brown his last name? Bobby Heenan talking sexy on a hotline is disturbing or hilarious. Brian Pillman beat Steve Austin is a sentence I've never said before. What are some of your dream Super Bowl meetings that never happened? Can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe, I guess, like, Colts versus Giants while Peyton and Eli were quarterbacking would have been, although I'm sure the Colts would have killed us. It would have been neat to get that brother versus brother.
Must wear the chicken suit this coming weekend on WCW Saturday night. Introducing first.
He would make fun of you and seduce you. I'm sure he would.
United States Heavyweight Champion.
I still can't get over Austin and the friggin' Colonel Parker's hat. God, Parker looks big, too. I never realized it before. What would you say are the most significant Super Bowls? Super Bowl III, which was the one where the Jets upset the Colts. That was kind of the WrestleMania 3 for the Super Bowl. Oh, is he doing a Hulk Hogan, rip the shirt off? Yeah, look at that.
Don't get tangled up in that shirt now, Colonel.
Is he confident, Tony?
Pretty darn good, as a matter of fact.
Most significant Super Bowls. The Steelers-Cowboys Super Bowls, I think that was 10 and 13 of the 70s. The one that the Dolphins won as the undefeated team, which I believe was 7, if I'm not mistaken, over the Redskins. Obviously, the one where the Giants beat the Patriots 42, ending the undefeated streak. That's a significant one. What went wrong? The tuck rule. Refs got the call wrong. Sorry. He had both hands on the ball when he got knocked out. That's a fumble. I don't give a fuck what the tuck rule says. Favorite match of 1995 for you? Probably Brett and Diesel from Survivor Series. What do you think of snow games in the NFL? I love it. I love it when they have to fight in the elements. Makes the game more interesting. Have you ever attended one? No, I haven't. God, now Parker looks like Bradshaw. Brian going after Austin.
He's going to hit anybody he gets his hands on.
To the midsection. You better keep focused as Colonel Parker takes advantage of.
Do you like snow or rain during football games? Yes, I do. Playing the elements, man, it's great. I'm sure the players don't like it, but, you know.
Those two matches we already know. And we'll find out who will have to wear the chicken suit on a big spectacular.
More athletic, Strowman or the Giant from WCW? I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd have to put him in like some kind of a decathlon to make that determination.
I wouldn't miss it for the world, Tony.
I love that the zoo is becoming a running joke on this channel. I'm happy to oblige. Did you know that Super Bowl Sunday is the second biggest day of food consumption in the USA? What's number 1? Thanksgiving?
On the cover. 1, 2.
Which do I like more, snow or rain?
On the floor.
Probably snow, just because it adds that visual aspect to it.
Look what Colonel Parker has done for him. Look how he tried to help him in his career. He was the weak link in the team, so he turns his back on the man. He's just an ingrate.
He broke up Bobby Heenan. He broke up the greatest tag team in WCW of 1993.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Well, you know Parker's family heritage. You know the great.
Clay Russo pitching pot 2 of the Zeus storyline. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro. We got to do like the NWO did, where they had NWO Hollywood, bro. You see, NWO Hollywood led by Hogan, and then they had the NWO Wolfpack led by Kevin Nash. Okay, bro. Now listen to me. Same idea. But we do it with all the sea animal-based zoo members, okay? All the ones that live in the ocean. Shock Boy. The Shock. I've got this new guy I'm looking at called the Octopus. We'll pick some guy out of develop. Holy shit, it's the boss. The big boss man. God, this is looking more and more like WWF. I remember when they stripped him of the boss gimmick. They brought Big Boss Man in as the boss, but WWF threatened him with a lawsuit because they said that was too close. So he became Big Bubba Rogers and the Guardian Angel and God knows what else. But listen, bro, you take all the ocean-based ones and you have them break a pot from the zoo, bro. Okay, I'm telling you, this is a great idea, bro. Okay, and then you do the underwater animals versus the land animals, and you put them against each other in a faction-based war, bro. It would be unfreaking believable, bro. Oh, and he's making sure Parker can't get away. Oh, stun gun on Pillman. Yeah, Austin and Pillman are fighting in the ring. The boss is dragging Parker back into the match. I feel like this match should have been thrown out a long time ago. The Aqua World Order. Yes, you've got the name, the Aqua World Order.
Meanwhile, Stunning Steve took care of Flying Brian. If Colonel Parker lasted 10 minutes, then he won't have to wear the chicken suit.
This is a conspiracy. You know that, Tony.
Yeah, I can see it going on right now.
No, he's they have a relationship. He's the manager of
Put the zoo versus the aquarium in a War Games match where ringside is water. The AWO. Oh! Nice shots by Brian here. Drop kick by Pillman. The Shark versus Mantar in a shark cage match. You could center a whole WrestleMania card around the zoo. It'd be fantastic. Buffalo Wild Wings actually released a shirt with NWO on it saying New Wing Order. Bit dated, but cool none the same. Is Aquaman even a superhero? I mean, he's in the Justice League. So, I mean, he's better than Submariner.
Well, I'd like to see Pillman extra crispy.
Oh, Austin just shoved Brian off the top. The Shark Boy and the Shark Boy and the Shark versus the Toxic Turtles in a TLC match. Jesus. Pick a wide receiver to put on the current Giants side, Rice or Moss. Assuming that it's them in their primes, Jerry Rice. 1, 2, 3. Brian Pillman wins it. Now he's got to wear the chicken suit. Is there an Aquaman movie? If so, what does he do? There's one coming out later this year.
Can you imagine the embarrassment of having to be on national television in front of billions of people in feathers?
It's going to be 6:05 this Saturday, and we'll see you at that time. Back with
What went right? Super Bowl 42. The Giants won. That's what went right.
He pulled it on his gizzard. That's what he did.
means only one thing, World Championship Wrestling.
I keep forgetting that Aquaman is getting a movie. You and a lot of people.
Super Brawl 4.
God, that Wonder Woman movie feels like it was eons ago.
Sunday, February 20th.
Poor DC. Can't do anything right.
Two cage matches, Ric Flair and Vader for the WCW World Title in a big six-man cage. Hope you will join us at that time. And we are very
Aquaman is indeed getting a movie. Yep.
What makes you think Flair's gonna make it to Super Brawl?
What's a WWE moment you thought was a shoot but was actually scripted? I can't think of any because my first assumption is that it's a work until I hear otherwise. So I actually can't think of any. Oh God, it's main event time already? This went fast. All right, we got Rick Rude and Vader coming out for the main event. Do you think there were too many superhero movies being produced? Yeah, I do. I wish there was more variety in the movies we could get. Even the good ones like Marvel, like Infinity War was great, but you know, Ant-Man and the Wasp, did that really need to get made? Does that movie need to exist? People thought Austin invading Pillman was real for some reason. Well, to be fair, that looked real. That looked crazy, scary real. What match do you think Okada will be having at Wrestle Kingdom 13? I have no idea. Maybe Ibushi? If Tanahashi's going to work with Omega, might be getting Ibushi versus Okada. I keep hearing that Affleck is being replaced as Batman. Whoa! Look at Sting's jacket. And Flair's robe. They be styling and profiling. What if WWF put a trademark on wrestling? Well, fuck them if they did. I don't know if they could. Okada and Jay White? Yeah, maybe. Maybe they can do that. Ooh, Jericho. Yeah, maybe Okada versus Jericho. That'd be nice. And Vader's wearing a cape that looks like he skinned a polar bear to make. Yeah, we're at main event time now, guys. This show went fast.
So now, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
get ready to rumble! I love Michael Buffer so much. Is Ric Flair going to turn on Sting? You know, I don't remember if this is one of the matches where he turned on him. Oh, Rick Rude's taking the robe off.
WCW heavyweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, simply ravishing Rick Rude.
The international champion. We got the world champion Ric Flair and the international champion Rick Rude. Rick Rude wearing the big gold belt. The better belt. I hope we get to see the Jericho Cruise matches somehow. That would be nice. Put together a dream WWE Survivor Series team from any era. I'm thinking like Rock and Wrestling. Like Rock and Wrestling is right where my mind went to. How about like Hogan, Warrior, Sting, and Randy Savage all on one team? They can call themselves the Baby Faces. It'd be great. Should Undertaker introduce his kayfabe son, or are you sick of the dead man's shtick? At this point, I just want Taker retired. Please get it over with.
Champion of the world, the Nature Boy.
Woo! Okada redeems himself and defends the honor of New Japan. Yeah? Imagine Ravishing Rick still being alive and giving Lana the Ravishing nickname.
I'll tell you, Vader has not taken his eyes off Flair.
You should do a video on booking the zoo for April Fools.
He's walked that aisle.
Why not?
But I'll tell you something.
Remember when Undertaker was supposed to retire at WrestleMania 33? Yeah, fondly.
And I think
Love to have that back.
Flair's career would be over this
It's like, oh, he's done? Yay. Oh, wait, he's not done? Why?
Vader made a vow that he was going to revenge on Flair. A lot of concern. I voiced the concern. A lot of the promoters have voiced concern.
And here we go. We've got Sting and Rick Rude starting things off. I feel like these two wrestle a lot on Clash of Champions.
I'm sure there's no question about it. I mean, if the man is tremendously PO'd, so to speak, that he didn't get the title, and anything he can do at this point right now to injure the man.
Do you think WrestleMania holds the same weight as it did back in the 80s and 90s? I think WrestleMania, the brand WrestleMania does, probably carries more weight now than it ever has. But, yeah, it's, yeah, the brand is still pretty strong. What would you say are your favorite matches in all four of these guys' careers? Sting and Vader at Great American Bash, or the strap match at Super Bowl III for both of them. For Rick Rude, either his Iron Man match with Steamboat from Beach Blast, or his cage match with Piper from '89 from MSG. And Ric Flair, his any one of his matches with Steamboat from '89.
That shows you how competitive WCW has become.
Yeah, you're right, Bob, and that's a good point. The competition here.
We watched for like half an hour as he left his hat and his coat in the ring for nothing. Yep, that's about right. The rumored main event for Evolution is going to be Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. No, I'm good. I don't need to see that. We're fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
If Flair should get hurt tonight, real bad. Yeah. You know Rick well?
Yes.
Can I have his watch?
Next.
Give me a break.
Well, somebody's got to get it.
Hold on, Dragon Twist.
What do you think of Rock mistaking Hornswoggle for a Make-A-Wish kid? I think that's funny. I think it's funny.
Right on the back of the head.
I don't remember that bit, but on paper, that sounds like a pretty funny bit. At times, it seems WWE doesn't treat WrestleMania as a huge show. It is. Really? I feel like they overhype the hell out of it. Nikki versus Ronda. If it happens, this will be the poster child for we're doing this for PR. Unless Ronda squashes Nikki, I'll pass.
At one time, we're all world champions. A man outside the ring is a, what, 6-time world champion?
What went wrong? Chavo versus Hornswoggle. The fact that it even happened.
World champion. You're not going to see this anyplace else.
And we have also sitting in ringside.
Oh, it wasn't on TV? It was legitimately like Rock mistook him for a Make-A-Wish kid? Somehow that's even funnier. Like,
in the midsection.
That's hilarious.
All I can say, Mr. Shamani, is good luck with Mr. Heenan.
Thanks a lot. In the corner, Sting is caught, and a tag is made.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson shows up.
Now, I would be surprised at that.
I have zero memory of the... Oh! Vader just steamrolled Sting. I have zero memory of the Chavo Hornswoggle thing. Good. You're a lucky man.
Why would you that big?
Look at this. Look at the power of Vader.
Oh, Vader's got him in a gorilla press. What's he going to do with Sting?
We'll try to regain the belt back from Flair.
Oh, he just draped him over the top rope.
He's incredible.
I thought he was going to throw him right to Bourbon Street. Speaking of Bourbon Street, have you seen Gordon lately?
Would you stop?
What went right? The Looney Tunes. Great animation directors, great writing that understood comedy, great characters. That's what went right. I actually just rewatched The Dover Boys a couple days ago. That's one of my favorites. Sting is just getting squashed right now. What's Vader going to go for? Climbs up.
Oh, he is the man as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, sunset flip by Vader, but Sting turns into a sit-down splash. Why were people okay with Bugs kissing guys on the lips? because it was funny. Like it was played for laughs.
It's not been in the ring yet.
What went wrong? Hornswoggle. Unfunny comedy.
Has he got a temperature or cold?
What are some wrestlers you disliked or hated, but everyone else loved? The internet seemed to like be really high on MVP, and I never got it. Like I don't see what the big deal was with him.
He took the mask off, or the headgear, whatever you want to call it.
He's getting down.
What went right? The zoo. I came up with it. That's what went right.
You really need 3 or 4 referees for a match like this.
Duck season, rabbit season, duck season.
Still a commissioner over there beside him.
He's got enough idea.
Well, I say he does have to shoot me now, so shoot me now!
He'll have the SWAT
Wait,
team
what?
out here.
Oh, German suplex on Vader by Sting! And here comes the Nature Boy. Now, they've mentioned it a couple of times. This is coming right after Starrcade 93, where Flair defeated Vader to win the title.
That's Starrcade.
You know what's going to happen? Flair's going to make him mad.
Oh, big chop, and Vader goes down.
Flair will fight you. He'll stand there toe-to-toe with you. He won't back down from anybody.
A thumb to the eye that time. Flair with a right hand across the kisser. Back and forth they go. What a match.
What went right? Ric Flair.
Fans, we are in the match.
Great presentation, charisma, talent.
If anything happens, we'll show you.
Right guy at the right place, right time.
We're not taking a break, are
We
we?
gotta take a break.
How was Vader versus Flair? I remember their Starrcade match being pretty good. If memory serves me right, their Starrcade match was pretty good.
Along with the two
All right, we're back from commercial. We've got Sting and Rude in the ring.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Big old bear hug by Rick Rude.
Killing Shivani. The battle has been back and forth.
Do you think ECW is deserving of the praise it gets, or do you think that a lot of people have rose-tinted glasses on? Yes to both. It deserves credit for the passion that it was able to elicit from people and the devoted fan base that it was able to cultivate, and like the energy and the passion that you're able to feel while watching it. It deserves credit for that. The rose-tinted glasses thing, yeah, a friend of mine had a great line where he said, ECW, it looks great in highlight packages. If you look at it in highlight packages, it looks amazing. But if you actually sit down and watch the shows, there's a lot of garbage on there. So take it for what it's worth. But hey, when they did something right, they did it really well. Ric Flair versus Buddy Rogers for the Nature Boy title. I think Ric Flair officially owns that now.
Trying to break loose. And again, pressure to the air.
Paul Heyman said if ECW stuck around, it probably would have turned into what ROH was. Do you agree? Yeah, I think that's fair. Probably Paul Heyman would have read the room and decided that that's where it kind of needed to go.
And Randy Anderson administers a 10 count.
Oh, it hasn't stopped. They've been going at each other here since the bell rang. They haven't stopped.
And Flair comes in.
Cody said before that ECW had some of the best long stories. Yeah, they did. Raven and Dreamer, Raven and Sandman, both very good feuds. Great examples of that. Getting the most out of storyline.
Big chop. And the WCW World Champion, International World
What the hell happened to Flair there?
Two world champions right here, and Flair hit hard this time.
Flair looked like he got hit by a ghost or something, and
Look at this.
that looked weird.
Call 911. Get the
Here comes Vader. Oh, avalanche.
Uh-oh, hit his back that time. He's pinned that time and hit his back up against
Taz and Sabu, yeah.
No place to go.
Oh, throws him down on his back hard. You can hear it first. Scream out in pain.
Watch this.
Oh, my. Flair needs to get out of the way.
Vader bomb. Vader gets hit. Vader hits the Vader bomb on Flair.
50 pounds.
Well, this thing just moved about 6 inches.
You're right.
Straight up.
The Bucks said that wrestling should do what ECW did with the video packages and do like music videos. Yeah, that's another thing ECW did. They were kind of ahead of the curve on certain things.
At Stark.
Yeah, Aldous and Cody probably should have been the main event. But then again, like, if it had been the main event, they would have been the ones stuck with no time. So, because that's what happened in the 6-man tag. They ran out of time. And they had to basically rush to the finish. So it was kind of advantageous that they put Cody and Aldous when they did, because we got the good long match out of it. Superplex by Vader. Flair's down. What went wrong? WWE's version of ECW. The fact that they called it ECW. Or called it ECW and decided to hold it in WWE venues.
He cannot even get on his feet. He's just scooting over towards the... And look at Vader. Just standing...
How is Bryan versus Miz an 8-year-long feud? He had nothing to do with Miz from 2002 to 2017. They have history that goes back 8 years. I'm willing to let that slide.
It looks obvious to me. Vader has Flair's number. He knows
Mr. Heyman said that CM Punk was on his radar during ECW's later days. Do you think he could have fit? Yes. Punk, I think in ECW would have flourished creatively. What the hell is Vader? Another superplex? Top rope superplex? And he hit it. Flair is getting slammed all over the place. Do you think SmackDown doesn't get enough credit for their prime years, 2002 to 2005? SmackDown was my childhood. Oh, they did some good stuff in that time. I like the JBL title reign. I know that that's not a popular opinion to have, but, you know. Slight rebooking, put MJF versus Cross in the pre-show and put Aldis versus Cody in the main event. Yeah, I think that probably would have worked. Wasn't Vince ECW champion once? Yes, he was. That was the thing they did. Would have loved to see Pentagon, Kevin Steen, and the Young Bucks in ECW. Oh, God, yeah. In that environment, yeah. That would have been something. God, Flair's like basically dead at this point. What went right? Bradshaw's title reign. That might be a video idea. Ooh, Bockwinkel getting in Vader's face. JBL's theme is like, I liked his theme. Yeah, his theme was cool. Fit the character perfectly.
shit.
Did you just yell shit right in front of the camera? So Vader's been disqualified. And he's getting pissed. So now Rude is stuck working against both Sting and Flair. Shit.
What happened? Look, Flair needs some help.
But Flair still hurts. So.
They're carrying Ric Flair out. I hope we can get a shot of that.
Yeah, the MJF Matt Cross match. They didn't even. Oh God, Ric Flair's being helped to the back. So now it's just Sting and Rude basically. How impressive is Owens' jump up moonsault? Very. He's quite the athlete. Jumping clothesline by Sting.
And Sting and Rude are going into the 2 men remaining. We got a classic. Nick Bockwinkel jumped in there. Whoa!
If WWE didn't have WCW to worry about in the 90s, do you think Vince's mentality of big men draw money would have carried into the 90s and throughout? Well, yeah, it did. I mean, that's why Diesel got the belt. But you know, the steroid trial, even without WCW, that stuff still would have happened. So I think they would have, guys like Brett and Shawn still would have gotten the belts anyway. What went right? Scott Steiner. Look, presence, and promos. Rude comes off the top and Sting goes down.
Bockwinkel has joined us. He's back on headset. And I tell you what, welcome to your first day at WCW.
Stop, let me ask you. Nick, what are you doing? Why would you get involved?
I gotta say this much. I did not think that the first day at work was going to be this hectic.
But why would you get
How do you think guys like Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, and Marty Scurll would have done in WCW's Cruiserweight division? I think they would have outshined a lot of people, actually. Truth be told. Especially like Neville and Scurll with his character. And Neville with the stuff he can do. I think, yeah. And El Generico? Oh, God. He would have gotten over like gangbusters in WCW.
As well, and now 2 longtime rivals. 2 men who will be frosty away from each other in that big 6-man cage of Super Brawl are going at it, and Rude has the big advantage. One thing about Rude.
Adrian Neville versus Rey Mysterio Jr. Yeah, that would have been something.
And he is really kicking it in. 1, 2, Sting kicks away as well.
I've just gotten word that they have taken Ric Flair into a private dressing room, and there's some officials from WCW that have gone in there. Well, I don't really know what the condition of Rick Rude or what is transpiring right now. But I will find out for you.
So here we go. For the third time in Clash history, we've got Rick Rude and Sting one-on-one. They were responsible for one of the best episodes of the Clash. The one with the infamous Sting injury where he got taken to the hospital. Could Tyler Black have fit in ECW? Yeah, why not? I love Marty Scurll. Yeah, I do too. I like him a lot.
First chinlock is on. Randy Anderson checking in. Wow, it's a barn burner. It's been since the opening bell of tonight.
I'm soaking wet. Come on, boy!
This tag elimination match continues. Flair and Vader both counted out. Flair could not continue. Vader was going to eat it all with a chair. And thank goodness for Nick Bockwinkel. That's all I can say. That would have been it. And there you take a look at ravishing Rick Rude. The WCW International World.
Okay, Rude's got a chin lock on Sting right now. Sting is powering out of it.
All the force on the back of Stinger. Rude will team with stunning Stephen Orndorff.
Seth sells the stunner better than The Rock. I think a lot of guys sell the stunner better than The Rock. Why did Rock do a backflip every time he took the stunner? It made no sense.
I know, but he's talking to him about going in the back or something. Something's going on back there. I've got to know. I'm a broadcast journalist.
You are that.
Oh, it looks to me like Bockwinkel is really going to rule with an iron fist.
Pick up.
Sting!
Sting powers out of it.
You have seen some of the things that made Sting a three-time world champion, a U.S. champion, a tag team champion, and he goes down on the knees.
Yeah, I thought the 0 hour pre-show matches were really good. I agree. It's a shame I didn't get to watch it the night of, but, you know, I don't have WGN.
This is one great fight.
Oh, double clothesline.
Boy, I'll tell
Both
you
men
something.
down.
I can just see it. Down the road here at WCW, you're going to see a lot more great fights. Because a lot of people that I've just looked around and overheard, they don't really want
Do you think Sting regrets not joining WWE? You'd have to ask him. I don't know. I wish SCU versus Briscoes opened up the official All-In pay-per-view card. Would have been a better opener than the Matt Cross match, which wasn't. I mean, that wasn't a bad match, but it was the weakest match on the show. Oh, Sting with the Rude Awakening! 1, 2. Oh. Much better than WWE pre-shows. Yeah. Oh, inverted atomic drop by Rick Rude. Here he comes. He went for a Stinger splash, but missed. I love watching these two work with each other. Underrated pairing. Rude's going for a tombstone. Sting counters. He got it. Look at that. Tombstone. Sting's going up top. Flying splash. 1, 2. No. He got him. It looked like Rick Rude kicked out. Kind of botched on that, but. Good match. I enjoyed that main event. Who are some friends in the wrestling business who never would have been friends outside of it? I have no idea. Sting and Rick Rude must have held down the R1 button before using a finisher just to use their move thief ability. Yeah. What do you think of WCW making NWO more of a brand with their own pay-per-view and game than an actual faction? I thought it was great. It was like they were taking over the company. And if you bought like their shirts, like they had separate merchandise hotlines. So it was like it was forcing the fans to pick a side. Suzuki versus Mil Muertes in a Chicago street fight. I'd be down for that.
It's that simple. I think they should be able to understand. Call from home, call from your car, call from a bar, call from any place. But call, because I'm going to have a lot of information.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
I'm going to call right now.
would you settle down here? As a matter of fact, we are going to hopefully have some information about Nature Boy Ric Flair and his condition. If you call the wrestling hotline at the conclusion of this broadcast, you have a chance to talk to Bobby the Brain Heenan. The battery dead on that thing?
I don't know this piece of junk they
Now,
Now we're watching Bobby Heenan do a shtick.
Two Colt Scorpio, Marcus Alexander Bagwell face the Nasty Boy.
Suzuki versus the Hulk.
I'm sure Missy remembers her kisses tonight. Also, Colonel Parker's got to dress up in the chicken suit.
Should the Shield have been NWO 2.0? No, I think the Shield staying at 3 was good for them and gave them more of an identity. They didn't get compared to the NWO. They were their own thing.
Bobby will join me this Saturday as well.
What went wrong? Heroes of Wrestling. Jesus Christ, what didn't go wrong with that show? All right, and that concludes Clash of the Champions 26. Solid show. Not one of their better ones, but had some good stuff on it overall. The main event was really good. I really enjoyed the main event. Speaking of NWO, a return is supposedly happening. I'll believe it when I see it. Alrighty, guys. So we're going to go into Saturday night's main event 27. But before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break to get something to snack on and go to the bathroom real quick. So don't go away. I will be right back. Hello, all. I have returned. How are we all doing? We're going to get started with Saturday night's main event 27. This will be the July 1990 episode. Again, if you're following along on the network, it will be, you're going to want to go to shows, Vault, Saturday night's main event, 1990, and then look for the July episode. I'll give you guys a few minutes to catch up. Oh, where'd the chat go? Here we go. Do you think a WWE's Hall of Fame would be more legitimate if they based an induction on influence, legacy, championship wins, etc.? I think it'd be more legitimate if there was like an official voting process rather than who does Vince like and who does Vince think he can make money off of? Because those really seem to be the only two determining factors. I mean, how else do you explain Hillbilly Jim? It's like, well, Vince likes him, so you know. All righty, we're going to get started with Saturday night's main event 27, a show that I remember watching back in the day, and one that I have fond memories of. And this might be, as we get close to the end here for Saturday night's main event, this might be the last great episode of Saturday night's main event. The NBC era of the show would wrap up shortly after this. We'd only get 2 more episodes. And then there were the 2 episodes on Fox, and then we would get the revival in 2006. That would run until 2008. The less said about that, the better. So this might be the last great episode of Saturday night's main event. I remember this being a very good episode, mainly because it's centered around 3 championship matches. All the major titles are on the line. Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude for the WWE title, WWF title at the time. We've got Demolition versus the Rockers for the tag titles, and we've got Tito Santana versus Mr. Perfect for the IC title. So it is a night of champions here on Saturday night's main event, and was a very good show if I recall correctly. We'll see if my memory holds up. What criteria would you have for someone to be eligible for a Hall of Fame induction? I would focus on their contributions to the business as a whole. How over did they get? Like what was their enduring legacy as a character, as a performer? What was the mark they left in the business? Because title wins to me, like win-loss records, that's the shit. Like, okay, that's the shit that's worked. So to me, that shouldn't matter. But were you a guy that the fans loved? Were you a guy that main evented a lot of shows and drew a lot of money? And were you a guy that had crossover appeal? I mean, Rock to me is unquestionably a Hall of Famer. I mean, that goes without saying because, I mean, he's the fucking Rock. But then you look at guys like Hillbilly Jim, and it's like, what did you do exactly? You were just kind of a goofy babyface that hung around for a while. You weren't really that significant. If Suzuki versus Mil Muertes were a feud, what would the build be? Whatever crazy shit Lucha Underground came out with, because that feud would have to be in Lucha Underground. God, could you imagine Suzuki and Lucha Underground? Would you have had Ravishing Rick beat Warrior for the title at SummerSlam? Well, no, because Rude was leaving. So in the end, it was good they didn't put the belt on him. Would you ever do a live stream of the In Your House pay-per-views? Maybe. That's not one that would jump out at me as one to do. There's other ideas I would have beyond that. But, you know, never say never. Hillbilly was a casting character. Is that true? They were just looking for a hillbilly and that guy just wandered in? Suzuki would be leading the the Lucha Underground Yakuza, probably. Do a stream of Beware of Dog. Sure, why not? How does that play on the network? What do they? I'm almost tempted to go look it up now. But anyway, all right. Saturday night's main event, July 1990. The Ultimate Warrior defends the WWE title against Ravishing Rick Rude. Demolition defend their WWE Tag Team titles against the Rockers. Here we go. And we are going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They have the opener, then HBK Bulldog, and then they go right into Beware of Dog 2. Okay. But what if I just want to watch Beware of Dog 2? Shouldn't that be a separate block?
Welcome to a special edition.
Hi, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Wild Kingdom.
No, Marlon. It's the World Wrestling Federation's Wild Kingdom on Saturday night's main event. And the natives are...
Oh, is this the episode where they do all those silly segments with Mean Gene and Lord Alfred Hayes in the safari looking at animals? It's a weird theme for the episode.
If you're looking for animals, McMahon, you've got them right here on Saturday night's main event.
Jesse Ventura looks like Rakonda, the G.I. Joe character. Looks like he's ready to film Predator again.
That's right, the great white hunter, Ravishing Rick Rude, has the greatest guy in the world, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Whatever happened to Lord Alfred Hayes? I think he just retired and just got old and passed away. Thoughts on the movie Cloverfield? That is one of the movies I'll be reviewing in my Kaiju movie review, so I will give my thoughts on it when I get to that point.
I'll take us to our third title defense here tonight. The Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Perfect, to face the Tito Santana.
Stop with the animal puns. I'm getting sick of it already. God damn it. Damn it, Vince. You fucking weirdo.
I doubt if Tito can take him.
And then from there, the highlight of all, ladies and gentlemen, returning to Saturday Night Main Event, Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan has a big moment in this show, which we'll get into that when we get there. If Vince thinks something's funny, he'll pound it into the center of the earth. Yes, he will. Does Hogan turn heel? No.
Survival of the fittest.
Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane? I never saw 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Of this hungry beast. That's right, Ultimate Warrior. I have devoured you before. Now you will find out history must repeat itself. You are but a guppy in the ocean of life. And what you are...
They're just going to make animal puns all night, aren't they? Shit. Maybe this episode's not as good as I remembered it.
Ravishing Rick Rude, the next World Wrestling Federation champion. Let me give you a lesson in evolution, Rick Rude. In the food chain, the bigger animals devour the smaller ones. Animals fight for territorial boundaries. The Ultimate Warrior knows no boundaries. The Ultimate Warrior fears no predator.
How many clean pinfall losses did Hogan take during his main event run? Clean? I think just the one to Warrior. And there's that shitty Rick Rude Redux theme. Why? What went weird? Ultimate Warrior. They gave him a microphone. Shit got really strange. Vince is doing animal puns. Looks like we need to call in the zoo. Yeah, they'd be perfect for this show, right? All right, yeah, we're starting off with the WWF title match. Warrior versus Rude. Here comes that madman. I also believe, you know, we're listening to Jesse Ventura right now. If I'm not mistaken, this is Jesse's final Saturday night's main event, and boy, oh boy, am I going to miss him. Sneak attack by Rick Rude. God, Rick Rude, he main evented the Clash of Champions we just saw, working with Ric Flair and Sting, and Vader as his partner. And now he opens up this Saturday night's main event for the WWF title against the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, God. Look at Warrior go. Remember the Booty Man in WCW? Oh, I remember the Booty Man. Into the corner. Rude goes. Oh, and Warrior just shoved him. They did that spot at WrestleMania 5. I wonder how WWE will go when Vince will pass away. Will they go to straight success or have a hangover due to the power Vince had? I have no idea. We'll just have to wait until it happens. Atomic drop by the Warrior. Clothesline, up and over, Rude goes. He looks overmatched. I want to see Bobby Roode do the what I'd like to have right now bit during his entrance. I mean, give him something to do, Jesus. Up, Heenan and Rude.
Bobby Heenan and Rick Rude used their head. A real fight. On to the canvas. And so far the matchup has been almost all Ultimate Warrior the champion. Rude started off quick, but the Warrior has taken over. Ravishing Rick Rude must do something to try to stop the momentum.
Here comes Rude. Nope. Drop down by the Warrior. This is the clothesline. And clothesline by the Warrior. Rude is in trouble. Rude is teaming with Chad Gable now. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't he? Maybe they'll make something happen. Who knows? Oh, double axe handle. Down goes Rude. Is he going to do the big splash? Oh, Rude rolled out of the way.
Rick Rude likewise is hurt badly. Warrior rolling all the way to the floor. Good now, going to the outside. Any time for a little strategy. What's he have, Jesse? He's got the belt, doesn't he? The championship belt.
What's Rude doing with the belt?
Bobby Heenan distracting the official. Rick Rude down with the
Oh, he just clobbered Warrior with the belt.
Oh. What a dastardly tactic on the part. Challenger Rick Rude. Utter brilliance on the part of Rude.
At least Bo Dallas is a tag champ. Yeah. I heard Ziggler and McIntyre won the tag belts.
Change the tide of the whole matchup now. Rude is now in the center of the ring. The Warrior now in big trouble outside.
If WrestleMania wasn't invented, what do you think WWE's big show would be, and how do you think WWE would have panned out? I don't know. Like I have no idea. I think WrestleMania was really the creation that led to them making all their other big shows. So I don't know like what it would have been without that. Hell in a Cell is likely to have at least 3 cell matches this year. Goody gumdrops. Wait, we don't know yet? The show's next week. Oh, Warrior caught him on the way down. Oh, reverse atomic drop.
Reverse atomic drop, and look at the pain on Rick Rude's face. Rick Rude in a buckle.
Oh, gets his feet up. Rude with the clothesline. Supposedly Vince wanted to call their grand show the Colossal Tussle. That's terrible.
And who can stand the most pain?
The B team are super over now. Good for them.
Good. Now calculating what his next move might be. Moves in on the Warrior. Rude looking to the small in the back area. Yes, that's where he's going to attack. Delivering a vicious closed fist to the kidney area. Rick Rude hovering over the champion, the Ultimate Warrior, spins him around. Hooking up, tries to get him up for the body slam. Hey, look at that! Warrior blocking the body slam attempt, and up goes Rude.
Yeah, they're doing some similar things that they did at WrestleMania 5. Body slam. No! Oh, Rick Rude with a sleeper hold.
Rick Rude putting a sleeper on the Ultimate Warrior. This could be it. He's got him in the middle of the
Most underrated WWE pay-per-view ever. Fully Loaded 2000 was a great one that doesn't get brought up enough. It's like a really great show. I remember that show being very good.
Really cinching this in. Warrior reaching for the rope. This just inches away. They'll reach it once again.
Uh-oh, Warrior's fading.
You can see the strength seeping out of the Ultimate Warrior.
Night-night, Warrior.
Cinched in. The Warrior is going down. We're just seconds away, perhaps. Turn out the lights, McMahon. The party may be over. Rude really has this sleeper hold cinched in.
WrestleMania 21 is underrated. That one, to me, would be an all-time great WrestleMania had the title matches been better. That was the biggest fault of that show, is that I felt like they booked the title matches wrong. Batista Triple H is okay, but what the hell? The referee is lifting Warrior's leg. Okay, the referee, you know how the referee lifts the arm up on a sleeper hold to, you know, the 3 drops? He did that to Warrior, but with his leg. I've never seen that before. Oh, and a stunner by the Warrior. In the right circumstances, do you think Ravishing Rick could have been WWF champion? Yeah, I think Rude could have been champion, sure. Oh, Rick Rude even broke up a Hulk, like the Warriors, like War Dance Hulk up thing. What went wrong? Jericho's early years in WWE 99 and early 2000. He came from WCW. That's what happened.
Assaulting once again, dropping the elbow to the back of the neck. Look at that, you can see Bobby Heenan. He takes victory. Bobby can feel it. Heenan was great.
What about Razor Ramon? Could he have been WWE champ? If he'd had his demons under control, yeah. But Scott Hall was too unreliable. Warrior breaks out of the Rude Awakening. Oh, Mr. Close. Oh, Rude. He keeps. Oh, Rude Awakening. Rick Rude is cutting off the Warriors like comebacks. I like it. The Warrior kicked out. Okay, this match is much better than the match Warrior had with Haku at the last Saturday Night's main event. This is a much better showcase for Warrior as champion. Clothesline. 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 Oh, diving shoulder block. And there's the big splash. You got it. Oh, Bobby Heenan broke up the pin.
Official didn't see it at all. He certainly did. No, he did not. But he missed that. Heenan spinning around. The Warrior comes after him. Wait a minute. Rude's coming after the Warrior. Warrior and Rude taking it to the outside now. And
we got a gorilla press outside the ring. Warrior's going to slam him back in the ring. Oh, Heenan breaks it up.
What are you talking about? Uncalled for. It's the Warrior that's taking this thing off of the floor, McMahon. Heenan in the ring now. Ultimate Warrior, I believe, has.
And Heenan's in trouble. Did you see the first episode of the Mae Young Classic this week? I did not. No. Didn't watch it. Didn't have time. What is your top 3 personal favorite Raw moments? I have the Stone Cold Zamboni over the beer truck. Well, if I recall correctly, I did like a top 20. Okay, Warrior wins by countout. Warrior wins the match by countout. But this isn't the end, my friends. No, no. Do you think it's an insult that Eric said Warrior can't wrestle but has a great character? I think it's fairly accurate. Whether you take that as an insult, I mean, that's up to you, but I think it's a fairly accurate description. I did. Oh, that's right. I'm trying to remember what I said in that video. I think my number 1 was Foley winning the title in 99. I think like the Zamboni incident and maybe Austin and Tyson was number 2. How was the second UK tournament? I thought it was pretty solid. It was not like groundbreaking, but it was solid. Did you like Warrior as a kid? I did not. I was not a Warrior fan as a kid because I was a Hogan guy and he beat Hogan, so fuck him.
As we will be facing imminent danger from lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Jesus.
As we search for those beasts, the greys.
Now we've got Lord Alfred Hayes and Mean Gene doing shtick.
Of the source of the Yangtze River.
Are we going to be going up the river?
Why would you ask that?
Because I always wanted to meet Pete Rose.
What?
When we return, we shall have the tag team championship matchup as well as the Intercontinental.
Just throw in a Pete Rose joke. Why not?
In just a moment, our guest will be Hulk Hogan, but right now, let us reflect.
Okay, now this angle right here, I'm going to pause it actually for a bit while I explain all this. So in between Saturday night's main events, the last one and this one, Earthquake injured Hulk Hogan and attacked him on the Brother Love show and just did the Earthquake sit-down splash on him like 3 or 4 times, and Hogan had to be stretchered out, put out of action, and then they did the whole thing where it's like, oh, is Hogan going to retire? And then Tugboat encouraged the kids to send Hulk Hogan letters, and before anybody asks, no, I didn't send a letter to Hulk. Yeah, I remember getting into this angle because I thought, oh my God, is Hogan going to come back? Is this it? Is this the end of Hogan? What are some of the matches that take you straight back to your childhood? Pretty much anything from 89 to 91, like somewhere in that range, because that was really when I got into it and really started watching. So any of the really good stuff that happened during that period, that really takes me back. Yeah, I was just keeping up with your comments here. Okay, anyway, so they were doing this angle where it looked like Hogan might not come back. And what you're about to see here on Saturday night's main event is a video package that they did showcasing Earthquake's attack on Hogan and reliving all of Hogan's greatest memories and possibly like saying goodbye to him. And it's like the most hilariously melodramatic thing ever. And the shots of the kids that they show are so like, it's funny that the kids are so sad, but it's also kind of sad that the kids are sad, if that makes any sense. There's this one shot of a little girl holding a Hulk Hogan teddy bear, and she's just got her face like holding down like this, and she just looks so upset that Hogan got hurt. And it's like, oh my God, that is so sad, but so hilarious too. Can you do a stream for Mania 8? Maybe next year. We'll see. Anyway, here we go. Here's the video package I'm talking about. Starts with a Hulk Hogan highlight package. Now cue the scary music as Earthquake sits down on Hogan like 8 times. What went right, Earthquake? They had him almost kill Hulk Hogan. That's a good way to build somebody. What went wrong? Monty Brown and TNA. I already made that video. Now, they keep cutting back and forth. The music video, they cut back and forth between, like, Earthquake attacking Hogan, and then here's a shot of Hogan winning the title from Sheik. Him on Johnny Carson. WrestleMania 1 with Mr. T. Rocky 3 with Sly Stallone. Slamming Andre. It's like, yeah, they're reliving all of Hogan's major highlights. There's that shot of the kids crowding him in front of the motorcycle. There's him with Dolly Parton. That's a shot from No Holds Barred. I remember that scene. That's where Zeus comes out to confront him. Boom! Cue scary music. Earthquake. And look, they're the kids. They're so upset. They're so upset. Look at them. He's killing Hulk Hogan. And more Hulk Hogan highlights. There's him with Miss Elizabeth, which is kind of ewy, considering like all the drama that went on there with Savage. This feels like 80s in the 90s. Fairly. There's him hugging Warrior after Mania 6. And that's him, I'm assuming, meeting Tugboat for the first time. Tugboat sucks, by the way. Even as a kid, I hated Tugboat. I'm like, fuck you, you're terrible. And I have another, one of my best friends actually was a big Tugboat mark. He's like, dude, I was so upset when Tugboat turned heel and became Typhoon. I'm like, fuck you, you're older than me. How could you be a Tugboat mark? What are some of your favorite Flair lines from his promos in the 80s? Like all the classics, you know, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Walk that aisle. Learjet flying, limousine riding, suit wearing, son of a gun. Woo! Did Hogan really die? No. Oh, then there's that shot of the Hogan stuff in the locker. They closed the locker. But then Hogan makes his return on this show, so, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege.
Now, this clip was used in the Hogan McMahon video package for Mania 19. I remember that clip. So this is Hulk Hogan's first appearance in front of a crowd since Earthquake attacked him. What went wrong? Legacy in 2009-2010. WWE was shit at handling tag teams. Hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Space Mountain, also a good one. What went right? Hogan McMahon, Mania 19. Just a great match with great, good build-up, nice history, great match. Very entertaining. I think that match is underrated, to be perfectly honest. I thought it was one of the best matches of a great WrestleMania. I think that was probably my second favorite match on the show. My favorite being Michaels and Jericho, But you know what? If you said Hogan McMahon was your favorite match on the show, I wouldn't fight you on it. I'm like, no, it was a great match. One last time I get to listen to Jesse Ventura shit on Hogan on Saturday night's main event. I like that belt, the Hulkamania belt he's wearing. Earthquake made a big mistake. Look at that sign. Is the Rock's Jaboni beaten, pie eaten ripoff of Flair styling, profiling, limousine riding? I'm sure it was inspired by it. I wouldn't call it a ripoff. It's an homage to it.
Well, you know, I'm here for one reason, Vince McMahon, and that is to say thank you to each and every one of those Hulkamaniacs that are in these seats tonight. I'm here to say thank you to each and every one of those millions of Hulkamaniacs at home watching Saturday night's main event tonight. And especially I'm here to say thank you to each and every one of those Hulkamaniacs that said a prayer for me and took a moment out of their life to write a card or a letter to me when I was down and out in Venice Beach, California. I love you and thank you very much.
Aww. By the way, if you want to, I don't know if you can find this on YouTube, but the first interview Hogan does before this, where he announces that he's going to come back and face Earthquake at SummerSlam. Listen to that. That's also a little sappy, too. Oh, Hogan's going to answer all of those letters. Okay, anybody who wrote in a letter to Hogan during that angle, please let me know if Hogan responded to you. Better promo, Rock in Toronto 2003 or HBK in Montreal 2005? Both were pretty good. I kind of lean more towards The Rock in 03 because I love Hollywood Rock. What years was Hogan's top on in WWF? Did he? It's like, are you being serious or are you just fucking with me?
We've been sneak attack before, we've been down and out, but never before have we been Pearl Harbor like the earthquake.
Is that PC? Is it un-PC to say Pearl Harbor now? To like be synonymous with a sneak attack? It's like, oh no, we got Pearl Harbor.
Being carried out in that structure, I saw them laughing. I saw the earthquake and Jimmy Hart, how much pleasure they had in their eyes when I was being wheeled out of that arena. They thought that I was out of.
But what years was Hogan on top? Basically 84 to 90, 92 really. And 93, he just kind of got like a short little run. He's back. Okay, you weren't even born yet. Okay.
Well, you know something? My Hulkamaniacs are always watching my back. But this time, I've got somebody special watching my back. He's the guy that led all my Hulkamaniacs while I was out. He's the guy that stood with me through thick and thin. And you're right, Hulkamaniacs. I'm going to have the big, almost 500-pound tugboat in my corner.
Tugboat sucks. Fuck Tugboat. Gail Kim's finisher was first called the Happy Ending in TNA. That's a great name for a finisher. The Happy Ending. That's terrific. Okay, now we've got, ooh, here comes Earthquake and Dino Bravo. They're going to double team Hogan. They're going to hurt him again, guys. Especially since Gail Kim is Asian. that had to be a Russo thing. It had to be a Russo thing. Tugboat for Hall of Fame. Hey, if Hillbilly Jim can get in. Up here comes the biggest pop of Tugboat's career. There's Tugboat. We actually do get a tag match at Main Event 5 next year in 91. Hulk Hogan and Tugboat force Earthquake and Dino Bravo to run. A belt is a foreign object? Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically. Watch Tugboat go in before Vader. That'd be a fuck you, wouldn't it? All right, my hatred for Tugboat aside, good segment, really good segment.
Nature was calling.
And now we've got Mean Gene and Lord Alfred Hayes in the friggin' wild, wherever the fuck they are.
But in the wild, the animal that lags behind is easy prey. Jim was of no use to me, eaten. I had to.
Look at Gene Okerlund run, man.
Positively not, do you? I can't have this. No, it's Gene. I cannot have this going on. Oh, yeah!
Oh, there's Coco Beware with Frankie.
What are you doing here? Well, you know, Jim, brother, I'm trying to find a mate for Frankie, brother.
He's trying to find a mate for Frankie?
Can't find him nowhere. Oh, yeah. Don't tell me. You're looking for Johnny.
He looks like Popeye's nemesis. Bluto? Tugboat looks like Bluto? That's actually a fair comparison, actually. Especially Bluto in the movie. Are they trying to recreate Heenan and Monsoon in the forest? I guess so.
That's the idea, man. Straight on, keep your head and eyes to the front.
Up, down goes Gene. Gene fall down.
He was face to face.
Oh, there's a
killer cobra.
That is not a cobra, nor is it a rattlesnake. There's Jake.
Oh, play friend for Damien. Oh, and just one more reason for you, Bad News, not to be able to sleep at night.
Oh, that's right. Jake Roberts and Bad News Brown were feuding at this time.
Later, with safety still our first priority, we made sure to look both ways.
Have you seen William Regal's tribute to Benoit at the Benoit Tribute Show? Yes, I have. It was It gave, that was the one indicator. It's like, all right, something's off kilter here.
Tigers or even bears.
Up here come the Bushwhackers. Red Rooster versus Shark Boy in a mask versus hair death match. Sure, why not?
Jim can be awfully tiresome at times. However,
what went right? Jake Roberts. Great promos, commitment to the character, and a great gimmick. Did Austin 316 promo stop Jake's push? No, Jake wasn't being pushed. He was just kind of the guy in the finals. All right, we've got the tag titles up next. Demolition versus the Rockers. Here comes the Axe, and here comes the Smasher, the Demolition, Walking Disaster. Pain and Destruction is our middle name.
How come you feel it's unfair, McMahon?
Search and destroy you. Run and we'll find you. Oh, boo. The Rockers theme isn't nearly as good. I actually liked Shark Boy back in TNA. I mean, he was funny as like a low-card like comedy act. He was fine for that. What went wrong? Abyss in TNA. They kept putting him in hardcore matches, and he got knocked in the thumbtack so often that it didn't matter anymore. Why are they wearing dominatrix attire? Because it was the 80s. And I say that fully realizing it was 1990 at this point, but in the 80s, wearing dominatrix stuff was totally normal. Okay, now you may notice if you're watching along, Crush is with Axe and Smash. So this is when Crush was added as a third member, and the Demolition was doing the Freebirds rule, where you didn't know which two members you were going to face. What went wrong? Crow Sting. Nothing. Crow Sting was great. I loved Crow Sting. I still think you and your best man should walk down the aisle together at your wedding to the Demolition theme. I'm sure my wife-to-be, whoever that may be, Jennifer Connelly, Sarah Logan, why not? I'm sure she'll totally be down for that. All right, now we've got Smash and Crush taking on the Rockers. Arm drag by Marty. Here comes Marty. Oh, he clipped Smash. And Demolition had basically turned heel at this point, so that's another thing. Drop kick.
Absolutely, it's what the Rockers have to do. They do not dare to match up with Demolition. As I said before, they have to hit and run, and they got to do quick tags. And here's a Rocker special.
Oh, look at that double headlock takedown by Sean and Marty. Double drop kicks by the Rockers. Yeah, I like Joseph Park. I like that character. Sarah Logan is supposedly now dressing and acting like a Viking on Raw because of Ray Rowe. That's an interesting aesthetic choice. What went wrong? Anonymous Raw GM. They stretched it out too long and they didn't know what it was supposed to be. And it got annoying very quickly. All right, Demolition's slowing things down. I think the Rockers got the tag. Yes, he did. There's Sean. Oh! Almost botched that little monkey flip there, but they got through it. Oh, clothesline by Crush. What went wrong? The higher power storyline. What was wrong with that? McMahon concocted a plot to have his daughter kidnapped just so he could get the title off of Austin. Are you trying to imply that that's not a logical series of events? What would you do if your mortal enemy won the title? I'd kidnap my daughter to get it off of him for sure. Burn crosses in my yard? Why not? What do you think about the Giants this year, Patrick? Oh, we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. I like Saquon Barkley a lot. I'm happy we drafted him, but we'll see how it all turns out. How did Sean get Marty fired? I don't know the specifics, but apparently he went to Vince and said Marty was fucking up in the ring, and bada bing, bada boom. Look at that power by, who's that, Crush? Yep. What went right? All in. A bunch of creative guys getting to do what they loved. That's what went right there. A sunset flip by Marty. He got it. Dude, no. Almost botched it, but he got it over.
He wasn't able to hook the legs across the shoulders, or he might have got the 3 count, but again, that's the problem, McMahon.
Yeah, Crush was also pretty green at this point, but which is why it's like, dude, he's working in the tag division with teams like the Hart Foundation and the Rockers, and he's got Barry Darso as his partner, so, you know, they protected him real well. What went right? The Demolition theme song. Everything. Song's perfect. You think Eli still has it or he's done? I think he can still play. I think they've got to start thinking about winding down, though. Ooh, nice slide under by Marty. Oh, but Axe gets a clothesline outside the ring. Ref missed that? Which one became Repo Man? Barry Darso, smash.
We'll be back as the match resumes on more of Saturday night's main event. We're back with the resumption of the tag team championship matchup. Axe, Smash, and Crush of Demolition.
Smash is just smashing away at Marty Jannetty.
In there against Marty Jannetty. Wait a minute, McMahon. It's Smash and Crush against the Rockers. Axe is outside. He's acting as a manager.
Yeah, well, now that the official has taken control of things, perhaps it will be a normal tag team matchup. Nonetheless, even from the standpoint of a psychological advantage,
3 members of Demolition versus the 3 members of LOD. Or it could just be Axe and Smash and Hawk and Animal, and we can drop the 3rd members. Just saying. I'd be okay with that.
He's caught outside the ring, and he's caught in the wrong corner.
Crush down Marty Jannetty. Scoots him up. Look at what power. What strength over the top rope. Marty Jannetty back in.
I like that Kyle O'Reilly has a move combo in NXT Mario calls the Axe and Smash. I do too. What went right? The Nation. It was really what went right there is that they put The Rock in the group, and that added a lot. It was a nice springboard for him. Crush is coming off the top. Oh, double axe handle to the back.
Demolition proving they can do it too.
Oh, nice tilt-a-whirl. Backbreaker by Crush.
Did you see how easily he spun Jannetty's body?
Would you put the Nation on a top 10 stables list? Maybe. Yeah, probably.
That's by Crush. And by all members, for that matter, of Demolition. And Jannetty is in trouble. He's in more trouble now. A cover? No. Crush not going for the cover there. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're punishing him.
I feel like Eli can play. They would be a wild card. Granted, staying healthy too. I hope they make the Super Bowl and have part 3 with the Pats so we can finally get retribution. I can understand wanting that if you're a Pats fan. Jeff needs to stop painting his face. Why? It hides his age. Jeff's old. He's like in his, mid-40s? WWE recently put the Shield as #1 stable above DX and the NWO. I mean, that's not too ridiculous. The Shield was great, but it's one of those, like, people can kind of see through the bullshit. And I'm like, oh, you're just saying that because you want to push Roman. Thoughts on Legend Killer Orton? I thought it was great. Great. I kind of put Randy Orton on the map. The Legend Killer gimmick. All right, Marty's in a bear hug right now. Broke the bear hug. Oh, but Smash cut him off. Another sunset flip. Is he going to get it? No. What went right? Orton Taker at Mania 21. Great drama. Thoughts on Joey Ryan? I like Joey. The dick flip spot is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I like the way he presents himself. I like the character. I like Joey Ryan. I liked him when he was in TNA. I felt like there was something there with him there, and they didn't capitalize on it. Oh, look at that. Would you like there to be a Freebird rule of the WWE or Universal title? Well, they kind of did something like that with the IC title between China and Jericho. They were the co-champions. I didn't like it. It's a singles title. I'm not a huge fan of the Freebird rule, to be honest. It's like, all right, who are the two guys that won the belts? Then they're the ones that should defend the titles. Why is this complicated? But look at Sean getting that hot tag. And all right, Demolition, they're on Dream Street right now. Double drop kick. One to crush, one to smash. Double super kick. Super kick. What went wrong? TNA X Division. It was ill-defined to begin with, and then like the cream of the crop were like Daniels, Joe, and AJ, and then they all kind of moved up at the same time. And
Slipping through the fingers of the Rockers.
Roll up by Sean, but Axe sneaks into the ring. And Axe is going to get the pin, hiding his head so the ref can't see. Demolition just stole it. Those bastards. Back when Sean had a full head of hair, yeah. He had rocker hair. All right, another good title match. Oh, here come the Hart Foundation. But Demolition cheated, guys. Look, I hate Shawn Michaels' guts, but he should be the champion right now, man. And here comes the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. Okay, we've got the Rockers, the Hart Foundation, Demolition, and the Road Warriors all in the ring at the same time. I've got goosebumps right now. Could you imagine if this had like turned into like a TLC match or something? Jeez. Yeah, that was a cool match. I enjoyed that match. But it gets better. The IC title match, in my opinion, between Tito Santana and Mr. Perfect, best IC title match in Saturday Night's Main Event history, and one of the very best matches, period, in Saturday Night's Main Event history. So we're in for a treat.
Premises. Having ignored my warnings, Jim began to feel the sting
of
the microscopic Madagascar mosquito. Oh no! Jim had
Oh no! What the?
fever.
So Okerlund's being stung by mosquitoes.
The King Congo ape.
What the hell is Gene doing?
The bacon belly Borneo boar. And even the courageous Captain Kangaroo.
What the
With death only
fuck?
seconds away, I administered an intranasal application of the only known antidote, the leaf of the green lumber bush.
Breathe deeply. Thank God. I thought I'd lost.
A TLC match in 1990 would have given Jim Cornette an aneurysm. Probably.
Let's go down the hall.
Better wrestler, 96 HBK or 92 Brett? I'd say 92 Brett because Sean's like personal shit would spill out from time to time. Like the match with Vader at SummerSlam where he's like, move! Dumb shit and starts kicking him in the head. It's like, Brett would have handled that better, I think. 2018 Rollins. What about 2018 Rollins? All right, here we go. IC title time. Tito Santana versus Mr. Perfect. These two are about to steal the show.
Now, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Perfect, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, already feeling the.
What would Jim Cornette sound like reacting to all it? Well, these no good motherfuckers go out there and they did the dick flip, exposed the business with their stupid comedy bullshit.
But it will be from the champagne
Fuck.
from the victory party.
Fuck.
Santana, you're a former
God
Intercontinental
damn it,
champion.
man.
That's the way you're going to stay.
I want my wrestling to be real. I want somebody to believe it, and these guys had a chance to go against WWE, promote their own fucking show, and promote real, believable wrestling once again, and to go out there and do that comedy circus tent bullshit. Fuck them. Fuck Kenny Omega. Hate that guy.
What you're looking at is what
Who would win, Golden Lovers or AJ Styles and Finn Balor? I don't know. I'd like to see that match, though.
And I'm at my best with Bobby the Brain Heenan in my corner. I see nobody, nowhere stopping this force at this time.
Let's go back to the ring for yet another champion.
Bruce, oh, you want the Bruce Pritchard impression of John Craig? God Goddamn, son of a bitch. Those motherfuckers, they go out there and they do the comedy bullshit with the dick flip and Kenny Omega job to an 8-year-old girl. Fuck him. Goddamn, I'll kill those fuckers. Motherfucker. Goddamn, son of a bitch. Yeah, he rants about a match with Omega and like the little girl that almost nobody saw. So it's like, dude, you're calling more attention to it than anybody. 97 HBK was great. Oh, yeah. Dickhead HBK. Degenerate HBK is my favorite HBK. All right, here we go. IC title. Great match about to happen here. And Perfect, he's the IC champion. He's got Bobby Heenan in his corner at this point. Reversal by Santana. Hip toss. Arm drag by Santana. Drop kick by Santana. And Perfect goes flying. Kenny Omega versus Devitt versus Cody versus AJ for control of the Bullet Club. The Bucks even said, aren't you exposing the business by saying this on a podcast? Fair point. What went wrong? Alberto Del Rio. Apparently he's got a shitball attitude, and that got in his way. I wonder if Curtis Axel was watching this match. Was he alive at this point? Because probably. Oh, arm wringer reversals. Perfect. With a knee to the gut. Irish whip. Santana reverses. Oh, goes for a back body drop. The Perfect catches him with a kick. Clothesline by Perfect.
Chico made the mistake. He looked down at the mat. He didn't keep his head up. You don't have to be him. Pace yourself.
How did Mr. Perfect pass away? Drug overdose, I think.
Can't go for very long. You notice Bobby Heenan made a good point.
Knee left by Perfect.
Bobby made a great point. He said, he's got to beat you. You don't have to beat him. And that's exactly right. You got to beat the champion.
Mr. Perfect now. With a chop to Santana's throat. Hard right hand follow up. Come on, ref, get in there. Another one with a clinch fist. Perfect now.
Oh, standing drop kick by Perfect. Santana's in trouble.
Absolutely. I think Chico wishes he was back in Tijuana right now selling enchiladas.
Do you remember Judas Macias versus Abyss in TNA? I do. Didn't quite. Judas Macias didn't quite pan out the way I think they hoped that he would. I want to see Prince Devitt versus King Ricochet. I would be totally in favor of that.
And Perfect's got him under control now, McMahon. A quick start by Chico, but apparently he's running.
Alberto at Bound for Glory. I did not hit her. It's not true. It is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. No Muertes greater than Judas Macias. I agree. Yeah, it's like, I didn't know, like, when I heard that it was the same guy playing him, I was like, that's Judas Macias? It's like, dude, presentation, man, makes all the difference. I think after this, you should live stream Raw and Nitro week by week. That would be really long. But we'll see. I've got an idea for WrestleMania. We'll see if that pans out. Oh, Santana gets out of the chin lock.
What a maneuver by Santana. What an illegal maneuver by Santana. There's another illegal maneuver by Mr. Perfect.
No, it's not. It's a chop, Vince. What went wrong, Paige? Answer, Alberto. Yep. All right, here comes Tito. Santana's in control now. Oh, the referee got knocked down. Earl Hebner twisted his leg. That's one of the best ref bumps ever because he's not selling it like he's dead. He's like, oh no, I twisted my leg. I'm hurt. He's actually selling. Tito's going for the figure four. He's got it. But the referee can't check on Perfect, ask him if he quits.
Perfect hasn't given up yet. Listen to him, you can hear it. He's screaming, Jesse. No way.
Did you hear about how shit Triple Mania 26 was? I saw the Botchamania video, and it looked like, oh my god. I didn't actually watch the show, though.
Santana coming over now.
Remember when the Rumble was made to build stars? I remember when it was made to build individual WrestleMania stories. They don't really do that anymore. Here's Tito. Flying forearm! He's pinning him, but the referee can't get over there to make the pin. Oh, poor Hebner. 1, 2. Perfect kicked out. Literally everything went wrong. I mean, Vampiro getting pissed that his music wasn't playing. It was awkward as hell. I always felt like when Earl Hebner reffed a match, it felt much bigger.
Referee has not made a decision. Obviously, the referee saying it was a 2 count.
Oh, man.
How can this official continue? Give me a break.
Here comes Tito. Off the middle rope with a flying clothesline. And again, he goes for the pin, but the ref is out of position, still selling the leg.
He's trying. He's trying.
1, 2. No, Perfect kicked out. Nowadays, the Rumble matches, who's returning? Who's shocking? Yeah, pretty much. Like a fish in water. Talk about overselling. Dolph would be proud. I think I like the Mania 17 Triple H Taker ref bump better. Yeah, where the referee was dead for like half an hour. And here comes a replacement referee. Tito is of right now 1/3 of the Triple H Trios champion. Tito Santana? Seriously?
And during this period of time, Mr. Perfect has had time to recuperate as the officials talk things out.
Tito with a flying crossbody. 1, 2. No! Jesus, this match. So good.
Unbelievable how many times he kicked out that time on Crash.
Heenan is worried. You saw the look on his face. Heenan is worried. Certainly he's worried. Of course he's worried. Perfect. Hammering in the
All right, Perfect's back in control. Wow, okay.
Both wrestlers back there as they chop to the throat area. Mr. Perfect.
Snapmare by Perfect. Now he's going to snap the neck when Tito sits up. Yup. Oh, there. I love that move so much. Perfect is in control. All calm and composed.
What do you think, McMahon? If you were ever an athlete, you know that as you sweat, sometimes the perspiration gets in your eyes.
Perfect. Kicking into Santana's face it again. I think this official is allowing more latitude in terms of bending of the rules than the one we had before.
Now, why are you saying that? Mr. Perfect is breaking before the...
What went right? Jericho's heel run of summer 2008 and through to 2009. They let the heel actually sustain his heat without getting his comeuppance. Up until he won the world title, then he had to drop it to Batista, and then he won it back and then had to drop it. No, wait, did he? I think he lost it to Batista and then dropped it and then won it right back, and then he had to drop it to Cena at the very next pay-per-view. It's like, Jesus Christ. Fuck you.
Tremendous thrust kick right there by Mr. Perfect. He's gonna beat you.
That maneuver almost decapitated.
The card at Triple Mania had one singles match on the whole card and had like 5 run-ins. Jeez.
Damage to the neck area.
Well, psychology wasn't always a forte of Mexican wrestling, unfortunately.
That remains to be seen.
I think Wrestle Kingdom won, but more stupid shit. Was Mr. Perfect's role in 2002 in WWE a good one considering his age? I don't think they did enough with him. I think they could have done more with him. He was in really good shape. And there goes Tito, and Perfect goes up and over. Tito's back in it. Oh, God. What went wrong? John Cena. He got on my nerves. That's what went wrong. Throws Perfect by the hair. Oh, Perfect just crotched himself.
And Perfect trying to get out of the ring, ran straight into the ring post.
Oops. Inverted atomic drop. Tito's in control. Regular atomic drop. And Perfect goes head first in the turnbuckle. Clothesline by Tito. Pinfall 1, 2. No, Perfect kicked out again. Jesus Christ, this match. Oh, Perfect plex. Tito rolls him up. 1, 2. Perfect rolls on top. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Jesus, that match was good. What went right? Saturday night's main event. I'll talk about that when I'm done watching all of them. It had a 6-man lumberjack match, a multi-man street fight, a multi-man ladder match, and a multi-man mixed tag. That's a lot of people. What's the moment that put Triple H on the map? I mean, I think the game promo that he cut with JR was like a good, like, really first step. I think his feud with Foley really put him over the top and really established him as a top guy. Whew. 3 really good matches on this show, but that IC title match blew the other 2 away.
And gentlemen, I must admit, I heard a roar in the crowd that was deafening to my ears when Hulk Hogan was announced tonight. But I got a feeling that roar could end at SummerSlam, right, Jimmy?
That's right, baby. Hulk Hogan, you've been carried out once, baby, and I promise you this in SummerSlam, you're gonna be carried out again.
Hogan!
Well, let me pull up the Triple Mania card now.
To the arena, and that's on that stretcher, to the ambulance, and back to the hospital. I won't be no interference on a tugboat. I'll see to that, Jesse.
Hi, Dino.
And remember one thing, Hogan. No animal can survive an earthquake. Let's go back to the jungle.
Okay, let's look at this card.
Wearily, our search continued. Jim was wishing for a...
We have a 4-way tag team match, a 4-way ladder match.
An odd but magnificently built-looking anthropoid. We charged on.
The trios match, 6-man tag team lumberjack match, a 6-man tag team street fight, hair versus mask match, a 4-way match for the Mega Championship, and then a tag team mask versus match cage match. Yeah, that's a lot of gimmicks. A lot of people.
Soon we were confronted by familiar but
Akeem was still here at this point? Jesus.
Hunting on the sacred Mortiza burial grounds.
Are you lost? On the contrary, my dear fellow, we're looking for the mouth of the...
Why did Vince job WCW wrestlers but made Bischoff GM? Well, I mean, he made Bischoff GM, but he also like shat on him a lot too. Like, you think like whenever they did those segments where Vince like emasculated him, you don't think Vince got a little kick out of that?
Deepest and definitely darkest Africa.
You are not in Africa. You are sitting on a throne of lies, Lord Alfred Hayes. Are they playing the Jaws theme?
Don't think this is big.
My efforts to keep Jim from falling into the piranha-infested waters had failed. Now only my knowledge...
What went right? The Lord of the Rings movies. A ton of hard work. With the right people to make it and the right cast. How much did they have to pay? Wait a minute, so I can't get Rick Rude's theme, but they can get the Jaws theme? The fuck is that?
Punish me again, Jim. It's not Jim, it's me. Oh, get out the way. Come on.
Is this supposed to be funny? Yes, it is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be funny. What went right? Gojira. Ishiro Honda directed the first movie. That's what went right. Because if he wasn't directing it, it would have been a completely different film.
Back with our Saturday night's main event, and in the square circle right now, Jesse.
Playboy Buddy Rose, who was fat as a whale at this point.
You know, he says he's 217 pounds, McMahon. If he's 217, Roseanne Barr's paparazzi and drag. I don't know about that.
All right, our final match of the evening is going to be Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, taking on Playboy Buddy Rose. He is fat. He is definitely fat. What went right? Jaws. Excellent cast, and the fact that they didn't show off the shark that much.
Kerry Von Erich is definitely going to give up a weight advantage to Playboy Buddy Rose.
Yeah, but what do you know about Kerry Von Erich?
I know the man has put together tremendous physique. You got that right. And he wears suspenders.
From one of the greatest wrestling families in the history of wrestling, Kerry Von Erich now.
Did Vince McMahon just reference the Von Erich family? I thought nobody existed until they came to the WWE.
Very clever, very crafty.
And surprisingly, very agile for a man of his girth.
Von Erich back to the buckle now.
And you know, this is the period where Kerry had a fake foot. And I never would have noticed the way he's walking. I never would have guessed that he had a fake foot.
You see how quick he got through those ropes? Yeah, I'm real impressed with that.
Smile on the face of Playboy Buddy Rose just a moment ago. I take it back. He's not hippo-like or like.
People call Nikki the fat twin. What the hell? Actually, one of my friends jokingly calls her the fat twin. It's like, oh, fat big titty Bella. And I don't know why. It's he even says like she's not fat. I just like calling her fat big titty Bella. That's how I know her.
Great show of strength by Von Erich, stopping Buddy Rose and his girl.
What happened to his real one? I think he lost it in like a motorcycle accident or something. Oh, big body slam by Von Erich on a giant marshmallow man.
Let me tell you, when Buddy Rose hits that.
What went wrong? Kane's unmasking. The fact that they couldn't have like burn mark prosthetics on his face. So unmasking him at that point was stupid. Which one has no foot? Kerry Von Erich. He lost a foot. Drop kick by Von Erich. You mean the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters? Sure, why not? Playboy Buddy Rose. From this day forth, he will be known as Stay Puft.
Playboy Buddy Rose. Rose locked in the rope now.
And now he's tying the ropes. Texas Tornado.
What kind of sportsman? What would you do if you had your man in that compromising position, Jesse?
I would step back and allow the referee to release him to give him a fair opportunity to defend himself.
I think you were bitten by the same group of flies.
He's in no worse shape than Dusty. At this point, yeah, 1990 probably. He's got a Dusty body going on there. But Dusty calls himself the American Dream, not Playboy. I think it's supposed to be ironic.
Considering what Playboy Buddy Rose was attempting to do earlier on.
What went wrong? Sony Spider-Man films. Well, first of all, rebooting it 10 years after the first movie came out was stupid. Uh-oh, Playboy's gonna fly. Oh, Von Erich got him. Body slam. He could barely get him over on that slam. Discus punch. 1, 2, 3. Remember when closed fists were illegal? Was Michael P.S. Hayes being ironic too? Probably. What went pretty well? Spider-Man Homecoming. It was funny and charming. I enjoyed it.
Ha! I'm here with Ravishing Rick Rude and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Ravishing Rick, we know the Ultimate Warrior's king of the jungle. But what happens when you put an animal in a cage? Jesse, everybody knows a caged animal is a scared animal because a caged animal is out of itself. You know, Ultimate Warrior, you may rule the Wild Kingdom as you know it, but inside of a 15-foot high steel cage,
Ravishing Rick rules, and you're gonna know it.
Yep, this is the setup for Rude versus Warrior at SummerSlam 1990. Steel cage match.
Wild Kingdom. It's gonna be SummerSlam 1990. Ravishing Rick Rude and the Ultimate Warrior inside the steel cage. And yes, Ultimate Warrior, I will climb to the top of the 15-foot cage, but not to escape. I will come down 15 feet onto the Ultimate Warrior's head. You will be singed by the heat of my burning desire.
Was it a rule that you had to snort a line of cocaine before doing an interview in the 80s? I think so. An unofficial one, but a rule nonetheless.
Over to you, Sean.
Can we watch that match to hear Piper shitting on Warrior? Not tonight. Maybe at some other point.
Well, unquestionably here in the World Wrestling Federation, the king of the jungle is the WWF title holder, the Ultimate Warrior. The Warrior at SummerSlam, you will be...
Ravishing Rick Rude, you asked me to take my powers, those that I command, to a 15-foot steel cage. A combat field. But the circumstances that surround this 15-foot steel cage, these are the forces that I command my war to contain my warriors, the power, the visions, the fuel that they give me. To confine
Yeah, Sean Mooney looks scared to death indeed.
One purpose. One last challenge.
He's actually whispering. I can barely hear him. There is a fly right there in front of the camera. I can see a fly.
To walk as the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Do you think Michael's heel run in 2005 was short-lived? Yeah, I think I would have run with him as a heel. Is he trying to be Jake Roberts?
The ultimate animal.
Okay, there's a lot of what the fuck did he just say in there, but sure. Mean Gene or Sean Mooney? Mean Gene. Mean Gene's my guy.
But there's a problem, McMahon. There's two species that might go extinct. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. But now, out of danger.
He looks like he's in a hairband. Well, I mean, Warrior, like, he looked like an 80s rock album come to life.
Gemini successfully answered the call of the wild, and he learned that it is indeed more than just a mere jungle out there.
Is that Jesse?
But as you can see,
It was, yeah.
more than a little
Oh, look, Mean Gene and Lord Alfred Hayes found a monkey. Who doesn't love a monkey?
Perhaps a relative from his family tree.
Well,
Oh, it's an
I don't know
ape,
about
but
that.
still.
One thing I can tell you is I sure enjoyed our search for the delta that leads
Do you like Motley Crue? Yes, I do. Motley Crue's great.
Sea River.
Oh, he's pounding around with Mean Gene. Isn't that cute?
Ooh.
Oh, he just jumped off the chair.
Isn't he a card? Huh? Come on.
So on behalf of Jim and his playmate, his friend, possible relative, and myself, Marlon Puckins, I would like to bid you good night until our next safari.
This is Vince McMahon, along with Dr. Livingston, I presume, inviting you to join us this coming fall for our next season of Saturday Night Main Event. You presume
Goonies or Stand By Me? My heart's more with Goonies, but both are great. What's your favorite Motley Crue song? Girls, 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 because it was playing when I went to my first strip club, and it's just perfect. Okay, so that concludes Saturday Night's Main Event 27. Really, the worst thing about the show were the Mean Gene, Lord Alfred Hayes comedy bits, Safari Hunter bits. Those were not funny at all. But the matches, I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event with a better collection of matches than this one. The three title matches in particular were really good. Warrior versus Rude, Demolition versus the Rockers, and then that excellent IC title match, which I think is a short list of like, all right, pick the best match in Saturday Night's Main Event history. I mean, that one's got to be in the top 5 somewhere. So yeah, great episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. Good stream overall tonight, but this is where we're going to start getting into the downward slide for Saturday night's main event, because after this, like, we'd only have 2 more on NBC, and then there's the 2 on Fox. And, you know, these episodes wouldn't be as well produced as some of the better ones in the 80s. And then you got the Revival, which I really don't want to see those shows. I really don't. But I'll do it because I promised I would do it. But I really don't want to sit through those shows. So, but I think this is the last great one for Saturday night's main event that we'll ever see. Reverse the match order, and you're going to have a pretty good pay-per-view. Yeah, you know. Do we have to watch, though? I guess technically you don't have to watch, but, you know, I'm gonna. All right. So I think that is it. I think I'm all done for tonight. So thank you guys once again for watching. Had a lot of fun here. Thanks for joining me during your weekends to do this again. I will be back next week with another stream. Obviously, we'll be doing, again, because of football season, we'll be doing this on Saturday. So we'll be doing this exclusively on Saturday. So next week, we will have Saturday night's main event 28 and Clash of the Champions 27, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, has Sting versus Flair to unify the championship. So huge main event next week for Clash of the Champions. Next week, Saturday night's main event, I believe, has Ultimate Warrior and the Legion of Doom versus Demolition, and Hulk Hogan and Tugboat versus Rhythm and Blues. Not quite as good, but hey, like I said, there's kind of a downturn after this. So that is all I have for you now. Thank you all for listening and watching, and you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're watching football, if you're a football fan, have fun tomorrow. It's our first football Sunday of the year, and I'm really excited for it. But I'm signing off here. Thanks again, everybody. You all have a good one.